There you go. We're like, hello, guys, and welcome to this special edition of the Real Emotion. Oh, look who's joined. Let me bring this guy in because.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Do we get?
Oh, look who's the penis.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I wanted to be the crotch for one time.
Welcome.
Shit.
That's
Yeah.
why.
What's
Cheers.
going on, guys?
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
What a day.
I'm exhausted,
I
but I
know.
love it.
I don't think I've ever been like well, it's not even that. It's like when we kept like taking breaks from the live stream, or even like from right now, from the end of the Batman to now, I felt like it's too like I felt I didn't have enough time. Like I was losing. I was like, fuck, man, I gotta get this prepared and all that. And I haven't felt that in I don't even know, since probably Comic-Con 2015.
I'll tell you
It's
this:
unreal.
we were the entire Squadcasts network, save one host. We were doing Zoom calls during the whole thing, mainly just to like for us to like hang out and be like buddies at a con. And
Yeah.
but we were also like recording to get some stuff up on our YouTube page. But it was funny is that there'd be certain panels that we'd be like, oh no, I don't care, or I've got my kids. I got to go. I'll meet you back at we talked about how we felt like we were having a real con experience because we're like, okay, meet you back here at 2. Okay, bye guys. And I've never been to a con, so this was the closest to me having a con experience between getting to see the panels and having the Zoom call to be my buddies I'm at the con with.
Yeah.
And then I didn't stop all day because if I wasn't sitting from my computer, I was trying to help my wife out with the kids, and it's still, and this day is still going.
Yeah, it's quiet. So actually, what I'll do is I will say again, welcome to the DC fandom Real Emotion Roundtable. With us, like we were talking about last night, Scott from Suicide Squadcast. That's one drink. Just so you know.
Nice.
We have
now
Chris.
known as the DC Film Squadcast, but yeah.
Well, I'm an OG fan, so
OG fan, yeah, I got it.
I think we all are,
So,
but we got the name
yeah.
right.
And we got Christopher Swenson.
Chris Wong-Swenson,
of-
PingPongFlix.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Part of. There you go. Well, I was gonna say, okay, you did it, so that's another drink.
But yeah, I mean, tired,
Just keep going.
streaming for 8 hours. I'm like,
I don't know how you did it, man.
You streamed for 8 hours.
I streamed for straight 8 hours.
Hey, you beat Camp
Wow.
here. Camp
People
here.
call me eating
7,
hot
right?
dogs
Yep.
and sandwiches.
Is your wife gonna kill you?
No, she was really good. She, in fact, she's kind of like my manager at this point because she says after your video, do a top 10 video of what's your top 10. I'm like, are you serious?
Well, I
Just making you do
think
shit.
you just became your producer.
Yeah.
I think that's what happened.
Yeah.
I thought Ozzy's wife was bad, but I think she got her beat. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
there's
Hey,
Matt.
Matt.
Yay,
How did the editing go?
Yeah, I love it. Okay. And who's next to PingPongFlix show? Who's that?
Oh,
Me?
Yes, you.
What's up? Sorry, everything got switched around. What? We're doing a full intro. I'm Steven.
Yeah. It's a drinking contest, dude.
Oh, so are we doing our plugs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just do plugs, man.
Yeah, I can do plugs. Yes, I'm Steven Colbert at SM Colbert on Twitter right there. I also write for ScreenRant.com, and I'm co-host of the BVS by the Minute podcast and the Justice League by the Minute podcast, which is going to get its, I think, first official episode hopefully soon. We're recording some stuff from Fandom.
Oh, man.
Which I want to ask you about something like that, but I'm going to do that after we do our introduction, so I'm a little bit more drunk. So, Shane.
Shane, Comic Movie Marks. We have a YouTube channel. It's my partner in crime down there. The brains behind the operation, and I'm just along for the ride most of the time.
Dave.
And okay. I'm Dave. I'm the right ball apparently today.
Yeah.
Cool. Matt's the left ball. So
Down in the balls area.
yeah, down in the balls area. Yeah, film junkie. I'm the film junkie, and hallelujah, guys.
Mm.
Hallelujah.
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 And he was a late bloomer, late joiner.
Late
I hope he doesn't get so mad about being on the bottom. Mr. Matt,
It's all good. Nice.
You don't come across at the bottom, by the way.
I know. Are you used to be in the bottom, Matt, or what?
Matt the film Junie.
We cancel.
So real quick. So now that it's been officially announced.
Wait, he didn't introduce, dude. Oh my god.
I thought he said.
My silence speaks everything. There we go. I never said a word. You guys call me a testicle, and then the film.
I didn't say that.
Off to the races.
He's already had a rough day, guys. Come on.
No, it's good. I'm good.
Give him a break.
I'm sorry.
No, it's good. Go ahead. Go ahead. Trust me. I'm about to throw this fucking computer out the goddamn window.
Oh, is that what's going on? Are you having computer problems?
Yeah, Adobe Premiere keeps crashing. We've recorded 3 videos today, and I finally got one up.
Oh,
Did you update it though? Because it just got to do update. I had to update.
Yeah, I know, and I'm pretty sure that's probably what my problem is. And I was trying to go back and figure it out. But yeah, I'll get to it later. But we've recorded like 3 videos today, and I've only been able to get one up because the thing keeps crashing. So anyway, let's talk.
Yeah, so I want to ask this question though, no bullshit. I want a simple answer, Steven, just because I know you had fucking time to think about it. Okay, how are you going to do? Yeah, simple answer because he's had time to think. It's not like this is a new thing, okay? But how are you going to do Justice League by the minute? Are you going to do it a week? Like, obviously, if we're getting 4 episodes, they're all an hour long. Are you going to break it down? What are you going to do?
Yeah, so BVS by the minute is very retroactive. We were upset that the conversation never happened around the movie. It was just always this immediate shitstorm of is it good, is it bad, Twitter arguments. And so, 4 years later, we're going through and we're doing a 1 minute at a time approach to the analysis. We're really happy that with Justice League, we're ahead of the curve. And so it's going to be a little bit different of a podcast because we're going to be doing some coverage leading up to it, which, BVS is exclusively breaking down a movie that already exists. Justice League, we'll talk about some trailers, we'll talk about some marketing. And then when it arrives, we will do a recap episode after every episode drops. At least the plan is now. We'll do one after every episode or every chapter or whatever you're going to call it, and then after it's all out, then we'll do we'll go back and do the same thing that we've done with BVS by the minute and start the minute by minute analysis.
All right,
it's gonna be a long fucking show.
Yeah, you have your workout for the next 5 years.
We've got
that's a lot of content.
We've got 100 minutes left on BVS by the minute. So unless we can kick that in the ass, we'll have a little bit of overlap.
2 episodes a week.
Man.
Well, you dropped an episode today, thank goodness.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, fuck. I didn't even see. I was so distracted by.
What were you distracted by? DC fandom?
Something like that. I was checking what Kevin Feige was doing. So. But seriously, so should we talk about the in order? Should we talk about
in order? I believe we should because
I think they're in the same, right?
If we go in order, it'll serve the same. In order, it will make more sense.
We're going to start off with the leaked trailer.
Yeah, I think we're going to go in order. But maybe it would be smart to do Justice League last because I've got a feeling that that's what we're going to end up spending the most time on.
Yes, I agree. So let's start with Wonder Woman.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, did anybody think we were going to see Cheetah in the trailer?
Yeah. I did. I really did. Yes.
I had a feeling.
Oh. Well,
no.
You got to think about the
Why are you so surprised?
Well, I just felt like that this was the last trailer we were going to get. So that's when that's always when that kind of reveal happens. So, I knew they were going to reveal Cheetah before the movie came out. So this just was the most likely suspect.
Yeah.
I was happy that one thing, and I'm going to let everybody, I want everybody's thoughts on this because one of the things that everybody hated about the Cats movie was the fucking design of the cat, or those cats. And I was afraid that we were going to get something, a similar vibe. But when I saw her design, her look, everything, it was like, this is freaking amazing. This is good. This looks cinematic and it's beyond passable. This is a really good design. So that it didn't look CGI, which is what you saw from Cats. What you thought about it, Chris? Because I know you
I was like, she looked good. That's my face. Like, she looked good. and just seeing her in action just got me a lot more confident in it. And seeing Wonder Woman throw her down, grab her, and just ram, I was like, damn, this looks awesome.
And when Wonder Woman did I don't know what you call this thing. She just like went through the force field. Oh. It's like you just went right through and grabbed her by the neck. It's like, so yeah, exactly. Yeah. So she's a powerful foe.
Mm-hmm. Powerful than Doomsday?
Powerful foe, I said. What do you thought about?
No, I said more powerful than Doomsday because Doomsday.
Yeah, I see. Well, she held her own. I mean, Doomsday threw a punch and she just held it up with a sword. So
that's true.
All right. I also wonder if it has something to do with the fact that Cheetah probably it's magic instead of science. So I always give that, like, I can always headcanon that away by going, it's magic.
Yeah, that's good point.
What about you, Matt? Matt, what did you think of Cheetah, man? I know. I saw him.
You caught him off guard.
Whatever you want to talk
Damn
about.
Ray Park. Anyway.
Keep looking at that fucking video.
Came out with a sequel. Anyway.
Episode 2?
No, I thought it was good. I thought it was you got a good glimpse. They kept her at night, so that's a good thing, because the daytime, I think that's when you start seeing what some of the flaws that Ben was talking about. I think if you see that during the day, you might see that over that CGI hair and everything. It might be really weird. But at night, I did in one of the many videos that we recorded today has not been done because of Adobe Premiere. I did think it was kind of funny though that I guess maybe because Shane and I are wrestling fans that I was like, man, they kind of squashed Cheetah because the first thing they show is her grab Cheetah by the scruff of the neck and throw her like a cat right against the ground. I'm like, well, way to kind of bury your villain. She just kind of easily jumps over, grabs her, and throws her ass.
She did.
So I don't know. I thought that was kind of odd, but she lands on her feet, so that's a good start.
Yeah.
She's got 9 lives.
How about you, Dave? What did you think about the character and the design?
Well, I think it looks pretty good. I'm hoping that, like you said, the fact that it took place at night does help. I'm wondering, I mean, they build her up throughout the whole trailer, if you think about it. And another thing that I liked about the trailer, I mean, the first trailer really popped because it captured the 80s and it had the Blue Monday song. And, you could just watch that and you're just like bobbing your head. This one had Hans Zimmer's score over it this time. Right. You heard that beautiful score. It was a little more epic, and then it really just it showed the 3 stages of what Barbara's gonna go through, and then I was like, oh, well, there it is, there she is. Hopefully, it's not like Cats.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong though, but we didn't hear the Wonder Woman theme in it, right?
No,
because I couldn't remember. I didn't even realize it was Hans Zimmer in the trailer, but I was just like, I don't know if it was because I felt like it was too safe a little bit, and I know that sounds weird, but the trailer didn't do anything to excite me, even with the Cheetah reveal, because I was excited about it.
It wasn't better,
but it was just kind of like, all right, well, we haven't really released the film yet, so I guess here you go.
We talked about it. We talked a little. What I think this point was to emphasize what the first one did so well, and that's the Steve Trevor, Diana Prince relationship, and that's what this thing was focusing on. So now you get a better idea of that whole role reversal. Now that Steve's the fish out of water, he says the awkward things, wearing the fanny pack, parachute pants, all that stuff. So now it's those type of jokes, and I think that's what they're aiming this towards. And obviously the set pieces, the fighting looks fairly good, but I think they're really focusing on that story, and because I think that was something that people appreciated a lot from the first one. So now they're diverting their attention towards that, and that's what I felt they focused on for the trailer.
Yeah, you do get a good sense of the tone of where this film is gonna sit, and I think the trailer now using Hans Zimmer kind of showed, okay, this is how it's gonna be, and as Matt just touched on, that with kind of that relationship with Wonder Woman, Steve Trevor kind of thing, and just establishing the villains and who they're going to be and the role that they're going to play in the film. And I wasn't like blown away, like, oh, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen, but it was cool. Right. I know exactly what to expect from Wonder Woman 84. And it just kind of added to it of like, oh, okay, yep, this is what we're going to see kind of thing for me, at least.
And Scott, what about you?
I'm going to be honest that it was actually for me, it's the best trailer for this movie that I have seen so far. I mean, this movie has never been I'm going to see it. I'm not going to lie and say I'm not, but it's never also not been a highly anticipated movie for me. It's just another movie on the list that I'm definitely going to go see. But the Cheetah reveal, the Hans Zimmer score, the use of, I felt, better looking action beats definitely made me I'm not gonna say it increased my anticipation for the movie, but it made me go, oh, this one looks better. Like it was more just comparing apples to apples as far as trailers are concerned.
Okay, and last but certainly not least in this, Mr. Stephen fucking Colbert. What'd you think, man?
I thought it was fine. This movie, I think, along with a number of others, falls into a really weird area because of what happened with COVID, where the marketing cycle was targeting to like reach peak hype at a certain time, and then that is kind of all deflated, and it costs a lot of money to maintain that, and now they don't know exactly when it's going to come out, and so as a result, the trailer is not landing at the level of hype that it was supposed to. I thought it looked great, though. I think it definitely looks better than the other trailer. It looks like a great movie. I'm excited about it, but like since it's hard to like get excited to go to the theater, right? Like I'm very excited to go to the theater, but it's like hard to realize that it's like a real thing that's going to happen, as opposed to like if this was hitting streaming in a couple weeks, I'd be really excited about that because it's something that I can tangibly look forward to.
Good point.
I thought Cheetah looked okay. I don't think that there really is necessarily a good version of that character that's going to be like a mind-blowing design. I kind of suspect that they've been trying to hold off and hide her, and maybe she's gone through a few revisions due to, I think, cats happening might have made them kind of panic a little bit.
They removed your butthole. Yeah, exactly. I heard.
Oh, no butthole shots.
So I don't think,
what are you talking about?
I think she looks fine. I think she looks like she needs a little more work. Maybe like there's some more rendering to do on that. But
they've had like 5 years.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, the movie was supposed to come out last year. That's something that I said. The movie was supposed to come out last year. Then it was supposed to come out 3 months ago, and now in June, exactly. So it had plenty of time to revise the VFX or whatever.
I think that extra time made them make some decisions. Like for example, because of cats. I feel like because they had this extra time. And they were like, well, people are really ragging on cats, so they I don't know, this is all just speculation. But something feels weird about that because she was so like, why hide that character reveal, and then it's not like some grand impressive character reveal when it's all said and done. To me, like,
I don't think they care. I just don't think they care. It seems
I
don't think
they were holding her back because they thought it was going to be a big moment. I think they were just holding it back because it just wasn't ready, and now it's ready. But it just, like I said, it lands at that spot where it's like, okay, there's Cheetah. Like, I would have felt the same if they had revealed her in the first trailer. Like,
she kind of just like runs into the shot, right? Like all of a sudden,
it's not, you don't see the transformation. You don't see the transformation.
Yeah,
exactly.
You know what I mean? And I think, and I don't want to compare it to this movie, but you know, this whole time that it keeps getting delayed, Patty has never, and this isn't a bad thing, but Patty's never come out and said, the film is done. We're not touching it anymore. We're good where it's at. And the only reason why I say that is because Bond's director, Cary Fukujama, I think his name is, Fukuhara, he had said Bond was going to come out in April. They pushed it back for COVID, but they're not touching it. Like it is basically, it's a 3-hour Bond film. It's untouched. They're not doing anything just because they have this extra time. And I thought that was important for a director to say, because with Patty, we, just like we were all saying, we don't know if they're still touching it up because they have all this free time.
She had a quote a while back. I mean, I can't remember exactly how long ago it was, but it was like she did say the film was done, but they are still messing with it. She keeps going back to it every once in a while, tweaking some things, changing some things because she can. But I think that was maybe at the beginning of the year when she said that.
I think it was Brazil, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, maybe it was Brazil. Yeah.
That was like end of last year.
Yeah, which is crazy to think of. But still, a couple of years.
It feels like it's so long ago.
So Wonder Woman 84, we're all kind of, we're gonna go see it. That's pretty much the.
I mean, honestly, I could have just settled with that first trailer, and that's it.
Yeah,
I didn't need it.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I like the first trailer better. The music
first trailer
from the first trailer. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was saying. The music. That's why it was so weird that Hans Zimmer was there. But hey, you know what? Fuck
no, it still sounded
so
beautiful.
The next thing, speaking of things that we weren't really expecting, the fucking Flash.
Yeah.
I don't. If I don't remember, or if I remember correctly, I mean, Andy Muschietti really sounds like he's a full-on fucking man.
We got to hear
Muschietti.
Yeah,
Muschietti. I mean, dude, the fact. Here's the surprising thing, and I'm going to say this, but then I'll let you guys talk about it. The fact that they announced Ben Affleck Thursday proves that was a quick and fast fucking happening, because if it wasn't, they would have talked about him in this Flash panel. They would have had him show up. They would have said something, because when Andy said Bruce Wayne and Barry's Bruce Wayne, that's all they said. They didn't say anything else. They didn't say, and Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne. They just said Ezra Miller's Bruce Wayne. So they probably didn't know if it was going to happen.
There was that really interesting concept art too. It looked like it had Michael Keaton's Batman. It definitely seems like it was very recent news versus something that had been in the works.
When I saw that concept art, I thought it was Batfleck at first, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
No, that was
Keaton's Batman. I mean, it even had like the 3 spikes from '89. Yeah. So
I thought he was just gonna appear as like Bruce Wayne, but no, he's gonna be in the suit.
Interesting.
That's what it seems like.
And I know they're gonna make that comparison because they said that Bruce is gonna help him build a new suit, and there was already that rumor that Batman was supposed to be Nick Fury type of individual. I'm sorry that I'm dropping this whatever. But anyway, so it goes along the line with him kind of helping him out become the Barry Allen Flash who's supposed to who he's supposed to become. So I guess is this a level of truth to the fact that he might be the one who's gonna help him out be the Flash by building his new suit.
Right. Well, remember that was the original plot point per Snyder. He said that he revealed on, I think. Well, they said it on the set visit. Also, he confirmed them later on Vero that Flash was supposed to get a second suit from Bruce, and they had made concepts of it for Justice League. But then he decided he wanted to give the Flash director the opportunity to be the one to make that suit, the same way that he did with Aquaman and letting Juan give him the classic suit.
But even Wilkinson designed that one. So,
well, yeah, sure, but Zack didn't introduce it in his movie. He let them introduce it in the next movie. And so then for them to have this movie coming along, and they said that Barry's friend Bruce Wayne designed this suit, which to me that implied, because of what they said in the Muschietti said in the interview, that Affleck is this version of Barry's Bruce. So that tells me that they're like actually sticking with that Snyder Cut canon of Bruce being the one that gives him that suit, which I'm sure all the people who hate Tony Stark giving Spider-Man his suit are going to be totally okay with.
That was more the comparison that I made.
There's going to be a big comparison to Spider-Man Homecoming, which I'm not.
But so if he is getting his suit back, or if he's getting a suit from that, would that entail that Andy has obviously talked to Zack about what the idea was going to be? Because I feel like in order for him to have Affleck and for him to even convince Affleck to come back, I mean, dude, I don't see Andy like not communicating with Snyder on any of this. Specifically, if we're about to see him do the Speed Force, like what we're seeing in the trailer, like, right?
No, I agree. I mean, there had to be some kind of communication, especially like, what Steven said, the way that Snyder like set it up for these directors to like, hey, you take on this, we'll set it up for you. The Flash is going to get a second suit. We're not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. You're going to do. Whoever's going to do it. And I'm sure that there had to been discussion, especially since this is taking place, I guess you could say, in the Snyder verse. So
right.
Does that mean Cyborg's going to show up?
I hope so.
I hope. Thank you for subscribing.
Like it is.
Sorry.
He says his name in that Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which we know was literally they were just creating banter. That wasn't scripted.
No, yeah, that was all improv apparently. That's what they were talking about, right? Yeah.
Well, that's what they're talking about today. Yeah, with Jim Lee and the multiverse thing. They're talking about how last second it was, and
but I mean,
you notice how they still completely gave credit to Jim Lee for it because it's this was Jim's idea. Like it was exactly what Guggenheim said right after Crisis aired. It was Jim Lee's the man, Jim Lee's the guy with the plan. Like and that just got reinforced today during that multiverse panel.
But you actually said that on the film Junkee, the bottom stream. The Jim Lee, he's the one who organizes things. He put things in order. He's the maestro per se. So he's obviously the one putting all this thing together because they were laying heavy on the whole multiverse thing. I mean, I don't think there was one panel that didn't bring that up, or at least.
And was there not a panel that didn't have Jim Lee attached?
Yeah,
I mean, he was all over this thing.
Yeah. And by the way, when it came to like the time constraints and everything like that they handled the panels extremely well. It was all nicely, tightly, it was tight and it flowed. It kept going. It was a little late. Yeah.
A good example of like a good panel, and like to run with this format was that Black Adam one. That was so short and so to the point, and like
the Shazam.
The Shazam one was the best.
Fucking money.
Oh really?
Yeah,
that was money, dude.
I skipped.
They not only were they
recut my movie.
Yeah, dude.
Damn,
the best one.
Yeah, dude. Fury of the Gods. I have no idea about any Shazam lore. Shane, Chris, Scott, obviously. Are you guys familiar with Shazam and all that?
Oh.
Yeah,
of course. Not a ton.
So
do you want to expand on the name, Fury of the Gods?
Fury of the Gods. I don't know what that reference is, and I don't know if Sinbad would be a good guy or a bad guy.
I don't think Sinbad.
The whole Sinbad thing was just like, what?
No, it was a Mandela effect thing. Because remember, they thought he was in a movie called Kazam already.
The Mandela effect.
That's the whole joke. That was the whole joke. Was about the whole Mandela effect. That's which I thought was brilliant.
Oh, it was wonderful. Well, I mean, because Shazam is so tied in with the god structure because all of his powers. He's got Solomon and Zeus and all of them. So I'm sure there's going to be something when you bring in Mr. Mind, who, if you didn't realize, was the little caterpillar at the end of the end of the movie. And when they start going through the doors, there's like all these other dimensions that they're going to travel to. There's so much magic and gods and all this stuff that's involved in the Shazam lore, especially depending on which version of the Shazam lore you want to tap into, because Shazam is also a character who has had many different iterations. I mean, even the whole idea of him still being a kid in an adult's body didn't come around to the 80s. So there you have the ability to pluck from a lot of different renditions. I think Jerry Ordway's got a version of his that is finally getting reprinted for the first time from the 80s. So yeah, there's so much that you can just pick from, and they can literally just sort of splice together whatever they want going forward.
Chris, I want to get your opinion on this because I thought it was funny. Did you watch the Shazam panel? Oh yeah, you were streaming 8 hours straight. You watched everything. So I thought it was interesting that Asher Angel is the one that said, "Can you CGI us into the Snyder cut?" Because it made and I'm going to ask you this question. I'm going to go refill my drink, but it almost made me seem like is that Shazam going to be in the second season? Because it was just weird. Like they were fucking adamant about talking about the Snyder cut, and for him to be like CGI'd into it, I went, dude, that's. I wonder if.
That's interesting. I don't know. Like when I heard that, and it's pretty much every panel. Like even Matt Reeves the Batman. They talked about. They brought up Snyder cut. It's like, all right, everybody. promote the Snyder Cut. Like we invested a lot in that. Let's push that. So in a way, and it kind of let Zachary Levi not address it himself, but address that in that panel. But so that for me, that's what that little Snyder Cut tidbit was. I don't know if everybody thought the same or actually think he might. The most interesting thing that they kept bringing up is like the DC cameo. They talk about that cameo, and I feel like we're gonna get that Superman cameo in Shazam too.
The real one.
Oh, Dwayne Johnson was hinting at that so hard in the Black Adam panel.
Yeah, well, he was calling out the Justice League more than Shazam. He was like, "I'm taking over. I don't care who you are, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman." I mean, he called out every single freaking member from Zack Snyder's Justice League. So he's not even. It's like Shazam is not even on his radar. But he's so good at selling whatever. He could sell water to a well. Because he did, I mean, everything that he did on that panel was like on point, everything, and he just like everything was delivered immaculately. So that dude knows how to sell a movie or how to sell himself.
Yeah, I was pumped, and we didn't really get a whole lot. I'm like, oh yeah, logo, woo! All right,
wait, you didn't get Hawkman?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, no Hawk.
But
no
they
other cast.
Right? They announced Dr. Fate and Cyclone and Atom Smasher, all those guys, JSA, right?
Yeah, all JSA, yeah. But it also kind of confirmed that it looks like what they're going with is that Dr. Fate and Hawkman are going to be sort of the veteran members, and Cyclone and Atom Smasher are going to be rookies. Like this movie is going to be their first mission, which works because Hawkman gets reincarnated and Dr. Fate is, magic. So you got two characters who can be around for a long time. And then that you get two rookies that this can be, their learning experience going up against Black Adam.
Okay. So I think the last one, if I'm not mistaken, before Snyder Cut and Batman, was the Suicide Squad. And I, for one, had no fucking idea what to expect. And I can only say that from what we saw in the behind-the-scenes footage and the little snippets that we got, holy shit, that Suicide Squad film looks it looks in fucking insane.
Go ahead, Scott. I know you, Scott. You're the guy.
Go for it, man.
Okay, here's where I'd be honest and going, I've always been so lukewarm on the idea of this Suicide Squad movie. And two things happened to me during that panel. One, I actually have a movie that I need to dust off my DC encyclopedia and go, who the hell are these people? I mean, you gotta.
I was like, wait, huh?
Yeah. Like, I cannot imagine a movie where 3/4 of the characters, I'm like, I have no freaking clue who any of you people are. And that's a new experience for me. That's a new experience for me.
Yeah, Rooker's character, I was like, wait, huh? Wait, who?
Yeah.
And then secondly, watching that trailer and just all the practical stuff, I saw more wires that I know what to do with. And I'm sitting here going, okay, I got some hype for this movie now that I never had before.
So's your baby.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry. Yeah, we have little Green Lantern. So
that's awesome.
Now, I saw so many big. I mean, dude, that building that they were in that looked like a tower, like a big center tower. I mean, that thing looked massive. I was like, which I was shocked about the cinematography, just in the small things that I could see. Harley. Looking like Harley when she grabbed that fucking bazooka and that smile, and she's just like, it shoots off. I went, what the fuck is this film gonna be about? I'm all about it because it looks crazy intense, and obviously I'm pretty sure it's gonna be R-rated as well. And
hard.
Man, and I don't think they gave Harley her Injustice like that's her outfit from Injustice 2, and I'm like, I am there for like the military jumpsuit with a bazooka. I'm like, yes.
And James Gunn is something that I said earlier is that he's not trying to ground none of his characters because like they are ripped out of the comic books, like even the retro shit. Like, I'm like, what? Like I'm looking at
man.
Yeah, polka dot.
I love his costume. What? I love his costume.
Yeah.
So I think, and also. Who is Bloodsport? Because I have no idea who that is.
Okay, there's actually 3 different variations.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure that's a Sweet Van Damme movie.
That's that one.
No.
Slow motion, everything.
He gets sand in his eyes, or is that kicked?
Yeah.
No,
Van Damme was the bomb
in glass too. Like the hand.
No, that's kickboxing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Van Damme was the bomb in Bloodsport.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same movie.
He's he's had actually 3 different like major interpretations of his character. This one is more like the I think the first variation of the character, but because he's been like a fascist or a white supremacist or a conspiracy theorist, the character has been used and it's an identity that's been passed on to multiple characters. But he's basically like your badass assassin kind of character. And
you remind me of Deadshot.
There's a Deadshot or Deathstroke. You know, he's definitely in that sort of killer for hire. You know, where lots of guns kind of character.
It's an amalgamation of those 2 characters.
I wouldn't say an amalgamation, just more of a in that vein. He has guns. He gets hired, and depending on which version of the character you go with, he's also a little. He can be a little. He's not really well balanced.
I love how they
sounds like somebody I know.
I love how they talked about like the reason why he's in prison because he tried to kill Superman or something like that. When they were playing their game, you know, why would Bloodsport be in prison? Like he tried to kill Superman with like a bullet.
I thought that game was stupid. The whole job,
Ben
Hollywood
was
Square. I was bored out of my fucking mind and annoyed with everybody there.
It was loud.
It was loud.
Yeah.
They were talking over each other. I'm like, what is going on here?
Yeah, James Gunn was really excited.
No. Like everybody, like we all friends here. We all like each other, and we having a great time. Look at us. That's what it felt. I was like, okay, enough of that. Let's get to the trailer or give us some information about the movie. That's what we're here for. We don't care what you do on your own, on your Zoom calls.
Most people on those panels, they're all yelling. Everyone's just like screaming.
Yeah.
You mean like here?
Yeah.
Well, no, but even on like they were doing the same thing on like the Matt Reeves panel, where it's like the 2 of them, but everybody's talking like this, like there's an audience there, but it's just a camera.
Well, there was a couple of those ones where it's like, "Are you guys ready?"
Yeah.
No, are you guys ready?
Okay, you know what? I'm going to.
They weren't in an actual film. Fuck.
I'm going to defend that only because I will say this. After watching parts of Comic-Con at home and then watching this, one of the biggest complaints I had about Comic-Con at home was that didn't feel like there was any energy to of the panels. There was, I don't care whether you liked it or not. I will say, for me, it addressed that criticism that at least I felt energized and I was actually like engaged in what the people were saying.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
So
having a good time.
they're having a good time. So yeah, if you want to mock it and make fun of it, sure. But for me, it was like, well, I didn't feel like the entire event felt like one giant Zoom call. They tried to do things, and you notice that they also gave them that they sent them like care packages. It was like, here, put this background behind you, or put this green screen behind you. So it didn't look just sort of cobbled together. It looked like there was some synergy, at least throughout the panels, because you notice that people would have the same background behind them. So whether it was a green screen and they put that in post, or they actually sent them something, say, hey, hang this up behind you, at least there was some planning involved in that.
Except for Henry Cavill and he had the wind as he was trying to record. I'm like, damn it.
the virtual stage with like Matt Reeves when he was doing his panel, like there's no way they recorded at the same time. So it's really interesting they decided to do that and then just like green screen them into the same stage. And they did it. I mean, they did a better job than Justice League did.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
I knew you were going to do it.
Yeah, they did.
Yikes.
Hey, Dave, what were you going to say?
I don't know.
Okay, well, fuck it. I don't care. Anyways, now a question I want to ask all of you guys, like, because I've always been excited about the Suicide Squad, regardless of anybody else. Who here was like not even fucking remotely interested in it, and then after today was like, yeah, I'm fucking watching it.
Oh no, never mind.
I'm
still not interested.
I definitely was.
Okay.
I definitely was like, nah, I don't really give a shit. And then when I didn't watch the panel intentionally. I was like, okay, here's my break point. Both Matt and I had kind of discussed it. Maybe that'll be a time where we record. And then I got on Twitter and I saw the behind the scenes stuff that had come out. And a lot of what was shown, I still kind of get Guardians of the Galaxy vibes with like unknown characters that he can do whatever he wants with them, and it doesn't matter because no one really knows.
Right.
And so there was kind of that part, but it felt as if he now has the ability, he being James Gunn, to take more liberties and do something that maybe he wants to do, or show the characters in a certain light or a tone that he specifically wants to do. And I'm like, okay, I could kind of see, I'm a little bit more behind this than I was before. I'm not like super stoked on it, but I think I'm starting to lean a little bit more towards caring, and I can appreciate what he's aiming towards, I guess, and I feel like has a little bit more free reign, so I'm excited for that part.
Matt,
how about you, Dave?
Your partner?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say Matt. Yeah,
No,
because Matt said no. He said he is not interested in seeing it.
No.
So I want to hear his thoughts.
Oh, okay. No, like Shane, like we talked about, like Shane just said, I didn't watch the panel either because that was a time where we were trying to record. So I did try to catch back up on it. Watched the trailer, I guess, or the behind the scenes thing, and I don't know. I just like, okay, it just seemed like a random movie. I really got Mystery Men vibes from it, but so that was kind of what I was thinking was Mystery Men 2, Electric Boogaloo. I don't know.
Nothing wrong with that.
Going there, squeezing the little things.
Somebody once told me the world
ain't the sharpest.
Shit. I don't know. So the one thing that after Scott said it was the Injustice Harley Quinn thing. So I did notice that, and I was like, oh, that's cool. They got her, and they're like, I mean, Harley Quinn, of course, still continues to be the more comic. I guess I don't know, the more comic accurate character in these things. Like
that we've seen her.
Like she was the most comic accurate character, and everybody else was kind of just like characters in the thing. And so that's. Yeah, she continues to be that. So I'll watch it. I'm gonna watch it. It's a DC movie, so
yeah. Dave?
No, like I said, it looks insane. I mean, I like the fact that it was described as like a 70s war movie, and it very much does look like that. All the practical effects, like you guys said. I mean, that shot of Harley when she's like got the two guns and she's like shooting around, and the way that the was panning around, that was like my favorite shot of the whole fucking thing. That's why I used it.
Mine too.
Used that shot in the thumbnail that I had, and it was just like, yeah, that'll make up for some of the lack of, I mean, I still enjoyed Birds of Prey, but
yeah,
I'm just saying, yeah, but
you'll definitely see a difference.
Yes. Oh yeah, there's a big, and then it just, I mean, it's a tonal shift. It totally is. It's two different directors. I mean, when during the featurette, I mean, even when I was doing my reaction, when I think it was the guy who plays Polka Dot Man, I forgot his name. He was all only director that could direct a Suicide Squad movie is James Gunn. I went,
I know.
I kind of went, come on, stop kissing ass.
Yeah, actors they tend to do that shit anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. That's what you're gonna say. You're gonna praise your director, but but at the same time, I appreciate it. And it's definitely gonna be a hard R. I can't see it not being. And but I actually like the fact that it's gonna be a tonal shift. That it's like when we finally, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen. And when we get the Ayer cut, we're gonna get his full on vision. We're gonna appreciate that, but we also appreciate this. And that's what I love about it. Two different visions, two different ways of doing this. These types of, and like we were saying before, I mean, James Gunn really just dug deep into it, and he talked about it. He's like, he wanted to do a continuation from like those old books,
comics,
and he wanted to really dig deep and just pull these characters out, and I can appreciate that, and I like the fact that he did that, and I think it's just going to be absolutely insane.
Yeah, and I think for what I can see, it's obviously a continuation of even after Birds of Prey, because obviously Harley has the same tattoos and all that shit.
Yeah.
And you got obviously Amanda Waller, so it's not discontinuing Ayer's vision or anything like that. It's got the same fucking people from Ayer's cut. And I think from what I could see, Amanda Waller, they're not. I even think they used one of Ayer's lines in that little briefing right before the trailer. Chris, are you excited about the Suicide Squad?
I am actually a lot more excited. Like I was kind of like middle ground. Like, well, I heard that it's gonna be like Black Hawk Down. Like, okay, that's kind of cool, but it never hits until you actually see something. And for me, it felt like more like a Delta Force with costume.
Yeah.
And just look at Peacemaker. Like that dude is fucking red. Like
yeah.
God damn. The most powerful character die.
Yeah.
That's the cool thing, because I know, even though it looks comical, and because I know that James Gunn it's gonna be hard R, it's gonna be guts, it's gonna be gory. And
I think it's gonna be comical like Tarantino. You know what I mean?
Yeah, more like Tarantino. In fact, that's a good one. That gives me a lot more. Just seeing those little things just made me a lot more excited, especially the Harley Quinn shooting things around. And I agree, Dave. This is probably going to be better than Birds of Prey. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, the only thing I could say is it looks like this is what Gunn would do if he didn't have, like, if he would have done it with Guardians of the Galaxy, if Kevin Feige and MCU wasn't like, hey, you have to stick to this. Yeah, because I mean, he even said it. It's his biggest.
Hold on 1 second. We have a young man that's gonna join us. Give me 1 second. He's a good friend of mine. Please behave. Be on your best behavior. Here you go.
What?
Shut up! You
made it.
Youngest member of the group.
Oh my goodness!
Zachary Snyder,
guys.
Oh my goodness!
I don't have a microphone. I feel like an amateur.
Oh my!
Oh no,
that's
okay.
That's
Like the rest of us.
Okay.
We won't make fun of you. It's okay.
You guys I'm like, I just thought my ass like an idiot, but that's fine. I'm doing my best.
It's okay. Did you bring your drink though? Did you come ready?
I have I just had an old fashioned that I finished. So I should probably grab something, but
Okay, it's quite fine.
Take your time.
Certainly.
So what were you?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Take it out.
We have to have
So now that he's gone,
Yeah, now we can really get stuff done.
Yeah, we freaked on out.
Now he's on. That was great.
So we were about to go into the Batman, but obviously
No.
No, that works.
Sorry, I'm sneaky. They're in the other room. They don't know I'm doing this.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. Oh, that goes.
Well, then cheers.
You guys.
Zach, how was your day today? How was your day?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah.
It's a good day.
I think we had a pretty good day too. Yeah.
Wait, where's my camera? It's over here. Cheers.
There it is.
Just got
Cheers.
cheers.
Sir.
Hallelujah!
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Thank you.
Anything exciting happened today?
Yeah, I don't know. Just hanging out, doing the same thing.
Just hanging out.
Anything different from the day before yesterday?
Yeah,
Or
a little bit. It was good. It's fun. By the way, look, the truth is, it was fun to get it out because we've been sitting on it for a while, and it's those things. Well, obviously, the little leak we had there, so it's not like we're worried about that stuff all the time. Just like, are we gonna be able to survive the weeks that we've got it finished, and then we have to like get it ready and process it and all the things that we do to it to get it ready to broadcast. So it's kind of a miracle that we it lasted this long, in my opinion. But it's still fun.
Man.
What was, if I could ask just this one question.
Yeah.
What was your favorite shot of that little teaser that you have?
Yeah, it's funny because look, the truth is, and I'll say that the original, of course, we wanted to make sure that the piece was we could get everything finished in time. There was a deadline. They were like, okay, well, we want to do fandom on this date, and we were cutting, we're trying to like, finish these visual effects shots. So we had to get the trailer. I had that version of that trailer that I had cut myself with my friend. And then this friend of ours, Jen Horvath, who's cut a lot of my trailers, I just called her up and said, hey, I just tighten up this thing for me, because I think the original version, not to do too much like, Snyder cut BS, but the original version of that trailer was, of course, the whole song, right? It's like 5 minutes. But there's no way, we wanted to make it a little bit more, what could we do? How many shots could we get finished? So, sorry about the backstory, but so the reality is, just to say, like, what is your favorite shot in the trailer? I love that dark side shot.
Of course.
Oh yes.
Yeah. You open on that.
We worked really hard on everything was brewing. So like this, Flash running in that crazy. I'm not gonna say what's happening because I don't want to wreck it.
Yeah.
But that's the thing we've conceptually been working on for a long time. But we had to render for the trailer for the first time, and so we're really I was like, that's amazing, that's cool. There's the Desaad shot.
That's an ugly, evil looking.
Yeah. Oh my God.
That is an ugly looking motherfucker, man.
Had to accelerate that because that's like that's a big deal to get a shot like that.
Yep.
To get a shot like that. If I'm like, I wanted a Desaad shot for the trailer, everyone's like, no.
They're like, no, you got your Steppenwolf.
Desaad shot out of our asses. We got one sitting around. It doesn't work that way. But the guys did an amazing job, and they were able to do that. But we worked on the destruction of the Justice League headquarters shot quite a bit, and that's kind of a tricky shot because it there's a lot of sort of story in that shot. And
there's a lot of
three things in there.
There's like a lot of
three things in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there. It's like I actually have more than 3, so you should keep looking.
Shit.
Well, okay, hold on. I said 4. Okay, 4 things. There was obviously Thomas Wayne photo or portrait. He had a Joker image that was right next to it.
Joker card. Yeah.
Joker card. Yeah.
Joker card.
Yeah, Joker card, and then you had Aquaman's trident and Wonder Woman's shield.
Yeah.
But I know you had actually responded one time about, hey, where's Aquaman and where's Wonder Woman? You were like, yeah, she's not around.
No, wait a minute. I thought I saw Green Lantern's ring in there. No, am I wrong?
There was no ring.
Wait.
No, that's this guy. He has it. He has the ring. That's what it is.
Let's just put it in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is Ryan about to join? Did we send him the link or
no?
You got to throw that in there.
We're not trying to let him sign out here.
Is there one shot, Zach? Is there one shot that you said no? Okay, this shot has to be in the trailer no matter what. We could fuck everything else, but this shot has to be in here.
I mean,
oh my God! I stumped Zack Snyder.
Only because the labor that we went. It's just it's early days with visual effects. I mean, there's it's 2,000 visual effects shots that we're working on. I mean, it's like insane.
Wow.
It is a lot of visual effects. So, me saying to them like, "Oh, guys, let's push this forward or let's get this going." And yes, I did say like, come on, we really need this. And there was a few of those. Absolutely. Well, and by the way, and look, and I'm not saying that, because when you look at the finished shot, we had a handful of finished shots, from my old version of the movie, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So like Wayne looking at the hologram of
Superman.
Superman.
Yeah, and I guess Batman like absorbing the shots.
I love that.
Oh yes,
Awesome.
that was one of my favorites.
We had to push that because literally I only had like this weird. I think maybe it was a drawing that I had in the cut of like that I had done. So it was like crazy. We were like, okay, I guess we could get a shot out of this. I mean, we had an element of Ben, but we didn't, really have. So there was a couple shots that they really had to make from nothing. That I'm super proud of. The guys did an amazing job.
So the version of this that you had then, so this is basically a polishing or a finishing of what you were doing before. So is there a version of this that's full of like storyboards or previs, or is that what trailer you had originally?
Yes, I would say probably. Well, I mean, a couple of shots I was able to like switch out with a better shot because the one that I had before was, I didn't have anything really. So, or I'd have something pretty rough, and I was able to switch out. Like I go, if I could have, I would have had this shot.
Because we love all those. We love all those behind the scenes shots. So any older versions of the shots are always curious.
Well, actually, I was going to ask a question. So like for instance, the Superman shot. I think it was the second shot. Of him basically dying again. You had released that image, and it looked like it was previs and post-vis a little bit combined. But in the trailer, it looks like it's completely done. How does that work as far as if you were going to, in the 214 cut that you had, would that have been in that, or is this like?
Yeah, in the 214 it's in, but it's just like in the previs form.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's pretty clean shot. It's just previs, but it's a super complicated. I won't give it away 100%, but it's super complicated.
No, you can if you want. Yeah.
No, we want to
just take another shot.
It's literally like the opening of the movie, so it's like this kind of it's part of this the way the credits are rendered. So like you go through like when you see the DC logo and I don't know if you've seen it. There's a movie called Batman versus Superman, and
never heard of it.
Sounds familiar.
It's a small indie film.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, it's on HBO Max.
HBO Max.
Yes.
I never heard of that either.
I heard a podcast about that once.
There's a part in it where Superman pushes this kryptonite, and in that moment, there's a lot of this kind of like weird energy coming off of like Doomsday, and there's rocks flow. There's like it's like gravity's fucked up. I don't know what the hell's happening, but so that's kind of this. That's what that moment is, right? So you can see there's that weird lightning, and like he's so that kind of frame rate, that weird kind of super slow motion. That's kind of where we are when we find that moment. So it's kind of a retelling in some ways from a certain perspective of that moment. It's that exact moment when he's getting
like BVS did, and I swear that I wrote an article, and I'm not plugging my own real anarchy.
Oh, it's sure, by the way.
Everybody's like crazy.
It's a thing. We gotta drink every time we plug. So just so you know.
But yes, you wrote an article. And what did it say?
It was talking about the BVS, how you basically were continuing each film into itself, so that each time we saw the new film, it was from however it ended, it'd be at the basically different perspective. And so Justice League was essentially, and I may be incorrect when I say this, but was supposed to be from Lois's perspective of seeing Superman dying, or something like that. But we were going to see Superman die again.
There is a Lois sort of there's a Lois like reaction inside of all of that,
because that's what we didn't see.
Yeah, it's what you didn't see, because you're kind of in that. I like it.
Yeah.
So
but I think that, but also I think in a lot of ways it reflects on what Lois's trajectory through Justice League, as far as what she's feeling and all that stuff.
So that essence, that scene that which is like one of the most beautiful things I've seen in cinema, is that when the beginning of BBS, where Wayne is going towards towards his building, and all the destruction is happening around him. this is the part where it connects these two characters, and that's what was so beautiful about that. That while all this thing was happening, where was Batman? And Batman was there the entire time.
You mean Superman? Yeah.
You're talking about in the moment when Superman's dying.
The beginning of BVS when he's fighting Zod. And Batman is running around, trying to get to his building and get his people out. So that moment that connects Batman to the Man in the Sky, that way of connectivity, to me was like the most brilliant way to connect this movie and those characters all in the same universe.
And then I think that you'll see at the beginning of Justice League, there's another moment where you see Bruce or Batman like lowering the grenade launcher that he used to fire that last kryptonite round.
Yes.
Darkseid, and it's the moment at Darkseid. Sorry.
Hey, spoilers!
Jeez. Where he like lowers it, and you see him seeing the sacrifice that
he's about to make.
Oh man,
is just what he's just done. And I think it's like, it's full circle, weirdly, if you think about like, okay, the first moment he sort of saw Superman, he's like, that motherfucker. And now this moment is like him going, like, that guy just gave his life to save all of us.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. That's like,
cyclical.
Which would make sense why, obviously, in BVS, he's kind of like, dude, we need to. Like I failed him in life. Like I'm not going to do that again. And that it actually would make sense, and you'd understand why he's so committed to trying to get the league going. I mean,
100%.
Yeah.
Like he literally, because he's a guy. I mean, the thing about Bruce, I think that's interesting is that like he's a guy he has gotten stuff done in his life. Regardless of his dark sort of. He does brood in a cave, and he's he lives in he does a lot of cave dwelling. But other than that, he's a guy that actually is capable of making change or getting stuff done. And I think that for him, this notion that he kind of fucked up a little bit or it kind of read it wrong is a problem, and he has to fix it. I think that's cool. I think it's a motivated Bruce Wayne is a cool thing,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And also not motivated, but we saw what he was motivated by, sort of hate and anger.
Yeah.
Like what is that same guy who's motivated by like trying to make it right?
Yeah.
Oh, I had a question because Hallelujah plays throughout the entire trailer, and then at the end is the one time we actually get to hear dialogue, and I noticed that the line of dialogue that gets included in the trailer does happen to also be the quote that's on the back of the Zack Snyder's Justice League T-shirt and hoodie. And I'm just kind of wondering, how intentional was that?
It worked out pretty well.
100% and completely intentional.
Wow.
My timeline is different from yours. Like I have a longer look. So, I knew that trailer would have that scene and that moment, and I knew. And by the way, it's a big moment in the movie, so it's kind of important for the sweatshirt and sort of the whole. I thought the movement, the sort of Snyder Cut movement, and the fan movement kind of pays off with the trailer in some ways.
Mm-hmm.
No.
So how early did you know you wanted to use the Hallelujah song?
It was on 2 years ago.
Oh wow!
Oh,
okay.
Wow. What are your thoughts on that? Like, why did you want to use the Hallelujah song?
I mean, I don't want to get like too.
Go ahead.
Listen to
I thought it was Watchmen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen. We want you to feel comfortable. Is this a one?
It's a real personal song, for our family. For all of us here,
Okay.
And,
Got it.
It's something that I just felt like was right for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Well, I can tell you,
this movie was your hallelujah moment.
Yeah, and I think that song in particular, really, for all of us, and it has significance beyond just the movie, and I think we all love the song, and it just felt like
it's perfect.
As I was trying to wrangle this whole thing into the why of it, I just felt like that song was the right way to do it.
It was perfect. I got emotional. I think I watched that trailer like 10 times. Probably more, because I was doing live and then watching it, and then I watched it before I took a shower, and every single time I got emotional. I don't know why. I'm like a grown man. I'm like, why am I tearing?
Yeah,
that wasn't even it. It's the fact that it was so different than like I'm not going to say that I was expecting something. I didn't know what to expect, and so when I heard that song and I saw the way the trailer was laid out, I was just like. And I explained this like literally an hour and a half ago. Like it felt like a sort of melancholy type like way where you just went, this isn't like your, hey, we're a PG-13 movie and we're going to be happy because everybody's going to be doing everything. Like, no, these people are going to be going through things that they're going to, it's going to test them. And absolutely. I mean, when I saw Victor losing his dad like that, I went, golly, man. I mean, that's
that scene's gonna wreck me. That scene,
the only thing that I could tell that was missing, which I was shocked about, was there was no Lex Luthor in there, man. Oh, I mean, no bourbon,
no bourbon.
Yeah, we got one. I mean,
Senator,
can you talk about anything with Lex or Deathstroke or anything?
What's that?
Because we know he's in it. I said, can you talk about Lex or Deathstroke or anything about in the film? Or
I mean, listen, the truth is, yes, there's that Lex scene is in the movie, and it's much different than apparently what was in the theatrical version.
Nice, right.
But it also has its own
shocker.
Very particular. It has a very particular purpose in the movie,
Yeah.
Which, because I think the one thing that everyone has to keep in mind is when I made the movie, the design of the movie was literally, I just thought that we would do this movie and I'd be setting up a bunch of stuff for what would come after it, right? And it is what it is. I'm not like, I'm not like expecting to, I don't know what's going to happen, but my expectations are not, they're like, oh, Warner Brothers is going to ask me to make another movie, right? So I would.
No, we'll do that.
It's like any
filmmaker. It'd be Warner Media.
That another film that you're going to make a sequel, right? It's like, we always talk about like the Uptown problem of like you shoot all your bullets. Don't save any bullets. That's like the big thing. I always like advice I would give to like a filmmaker or anybody who's doing some kind of like where they think, oh, maybe I'll make a sequel. So let's not put this really cool idea in the movie because I'm gonna save it for later. It's like never do that. Yeah. Shoot all your bullets. The Uptown problem is like trying to make more bullets. That's a better problem to have than like, oh, no one will ever see this cool idea I had. That problem of oh shit, no one's ever ever saw it. So okay, yeah. But so I think that, but the Lex Luthor sort of arc, or because there is a whole Lex Luthor concept I had that would unfold over a longer narrative trajectory. That's a thing that I don't know. We'll see.
So you, in the same vein, you're saying that everything, all your bullets that you had, that you wanted to shoot.
Well, not all.
There you go.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
A lot of the bullets got shot, but
not all the bullets. Okay.
Let's continue the analogy just a little bit, though. So you're talking about the problem of making more bullets, but in this particular scenario, you did have an opportunity to make a little more bullets at the tail end here, right? Are you able to talk you got to make a few changes beyond what it would have been if you just kind of polished up what you already had?
Oh, 100%. I mean, it's a different experience being able to be out in the, like, not me just here at the house, kind of like just fucking around, than like having a massive, machine behind me. I can do anything, like a lot of not anything, but also COVID isn't that friendly. But anyway, there's a lot of things that I definitely wanted to do, that I had envisioned to do, but that now in this, as I go through the movie, pull through the movie, I can actually go like, all right, good, let's just do that then. So it's the version of the movie that you're gonna get is way even more completed, and it got a bit longer than 214.
Tiny bit.
I said it's like
is that from going back to
a full 4 hours. It's
oh my God! Yes.
It's
now,
not.
One thing, there's going to be an intermission, because I think you mentioned something about that, right? An intermission in the 4 hour.
We're showing it, in 4 1 hour
episodes, parts.
So basically, you'll get. I don't know how I don't know what the release schedule is.
Oh.
But it will be like 1 hour, and I imagine that, I don't know this for sure, but I imagine then like the next time, whatever the second part would be, it'd be like previously on Justice League, and then
you need a saga stell. That's what you need. You need the saga stell.
You'd have like a little,
get Harry Lennox to read that
next week on Justice League. Wow. I could be 100% wrong, but this is my feeling that that's sort of the structure over 4 hours, over 4 episodes.
Was that part of your? I'm not sure if you saw the movie, but it's just me asking if there was a point where you try to sell the movie to HBO Max. Was that part of the selling point? It can be episodic 4 episodes where it can go 1 week, and then you get a lot of traction, and the streaming service gets was that ever part of the conversation?
Yes, to some extent. I mean, I think that the idea that I always thought that was a plus, and I'll be honest that I always thought of the movie that was a potential for the film, that it was going to be the way I shot it. I knew it was like when they said 2 hours, they kept telling me 2 hours. I was like,
dude,
they told you that?
I literally thought it was a.
You can squeeze that many bullets in 2 hours.
I really thought it was a joke. I would be like,
I would have too.
2 hours.
Exactly.
2 hours plus 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
40 pages long. Like, in what world is that a 2 hour movie? And I shoot notoriously long, right?
Yeah.
I'll do Victor runs down the field and scores, right?
Yeah.
Right, that's the line.
Right.
Victor runs down the field and scores.
That's a 5-minute shot, at least.
A long sequence.
Yeah, at least. Why would they even Wouldn't they be able to know? Like you could have easily been like, have you not released all of my director's cuts? Like, you'll know my movies are 2 hours.
It's not a shock, right? Like,
yeah.
I mean, PBS is a full 3 hours, and it's not even. That's two
guys.
Yeah.
2 fucking guys that have a gripe.
Yeah, and even and Superman already has an origin story.
Exactly.
But
that's funny though. I would want to ask, only because the news broke so quickly and so rapidly. With Ben Affleck making the return to basically be Batfleck in Andy Muschietti's film. I mean, did you know about it? Muschietti. Did you know about anything, or you didn't know? Or
I was like, that's amazing.
I mean, is that not crazy?
I think it's good. I think it's good.
I mean, for me,
guys,
with that.
Sorry, go ahead.
What? No, I was gonna say for me that means that he's probably that's his that's technically his commitment to your second season. So I would use that against him. I'd be like, dude, you signed up for Flash. You're not going to sign up for mine, dude. Come on.
Yeah,
exactly.
Well, I'm gonna.
Yeah. There you go.
All doing that.
Well, how about that? Did you guys see Matt's Batman trailer?
Oh my
Dude.
god!
Oh my god!
Oh,
Yes.
Jesus,
That was going to be our next
Hey,
topic, but we
First
got
off,
We got in.
Zach, can I ask you this question? Because when I was watching the trailer and I saw the guy in the face mask or whatever he was painting, he goes, "Who are you?" And you see the Batman. He's up next to that guy. I was thinking, because it's a Batman film, I was thinking they were going to cut back to the crowd and you're going to only hear the guy getting beat up. The fact that I saw that guy get beat up, his arm broken, and just keep getting beat up to a pulp, I went,
Oh,
okay, it's going to be rated R. That guy just got his ass beat.
I don't know, what the rating is going to be, but I felt the same way. I was like, what?
What were your thoughts on the trailer?
I actually just texted Matt after. I was like, what the fuck? This is cool.
Yeah.
All I know is that when he brought up Ego and Chinatown and Taxi Driver, I was just like, sold, take my money. I don't know how many tickets I need to buy. I will buy them all.
Zach, what were your thoughts on that? Like, what were your thoughts on the Batman trailer?
I loved it. I thought it was so cool. I thought it was like the right direction and like everything about it. Like as far as just a fan of a movie, it's the kind of movie I want to see. So I felt like, yes, please.
God. Pattinson's Batman voice. Batman voice. Can we talk about that? Just the fact that when he beats the shit out of that guy and then he goes, "I am vengeance." He doesn't say "I'm Batman." He says, "I'm vengeance." I'm like, goosebumps. Even right now, just goosebumps. Just the way.
Hey, Zach. Also, I noticed in a lot of other panels, they kept dropping your name, man. Even Shazam.
Like you.
Asher Angel was asking about getting CGI'd into your Snyder cut. Are we thinking of Shazam in the sequel, or?
Hey, you know what? God bless those guys.
Okay. All right. So
he didn't say no. He didn't say no.
I didn't say anything.
Burn. Exclusive.
You guys are talking about a sequel, and that's hilarious. So that's good sound. That's all I'm saying. But,
well, I have a more personal question. Like, how do you feel? What's your mental state right now in the process of making this movie? Are you in a better place? Are you happier with what you're doing? How give us a little glimpse.
We're having a great time. Look, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I go to work every day, and I get to work on this Justice League, and it's super fun, and we're making awesome shots every day, and I mean, I can't complain.
So when do we get to see the Army of the Dead trailer?
Damn.
So you're what?
I can't tell you. I'm not gonna say when. But
okay.
We're talking about it. It's
okay.
It's a thing. It exists as an idea. That's a good thing.
Does it exist?
The movie's crazy. The movie's
movie's
fucking awesome. It's crazy.
I can't fucking wait.
No, it's cool.
It's zombies. Now,
is anything that you speak on Army, because we've been talking a lot about DC, and I know that you spent a good time. And by the way, I'm just upset with that gentleman who's very oddly quiet, Steven. He's
been really quiet. He hasn't asked any questions.
That guy will never shut up when he joins the chat.
He's been really quiet lately. I don't know if it's because he's in a weird position or what, but
I know.
But when it comes to like just in general, your Justice League and even Army now, like, is Army like ready to go? Like not necessarily like ready, like finished. I don't mean that. I just mean like you're like, okay, I'm good with everything.
Yeah, no, our Army's in good shape. Our Army is. I mean, Army is. I feel like it's, I mean, I've been looking at a lot of shots of a post-apocalyptic Vegas that is pretty epic and pretty great. And it's super fun. And I wish I could give you some more spoilers at this point, but I really
go ahead.
Relax. Nobody's watching.
Anything will be a spoiler because we don't know anything about it. I mean, this is
well, first up, we know it's not a 2-hour film. Is that correct?
Fuck.
2 hours.
Yeah, it's not a 2-hour film, is it?
On the dot.
Army.
What is that?
Yeah.
So that's funny. I don't know.
Now, well, I'm glad it's not 2 hours. That's fine. Now, the other thing that I was going to ask you too, obviously minus Deathstroke, minus Lex, I was curious to know why you showed, not in a bad way, but just why you showed Superman in the trailer.
I feel like Superman, the cat's out of the bag with Superman. It's not like you guys would have gone like, wait, maybe Superman doesn't like show up in the movie. The early marketing of Justice League, years ago,
years ago
wasn't on the poster. Remember, the first poster didn't have Superman in it.
No.
Trying to go like, I don't know, maybe he doesn't show up.
Oh, that wasn't your choice?
I was kind of confident that you guys felt like he probably would be in this movie, so I thought, okay, we might go see him.
In terms of Superman, and I know you follow comics and stuff like that, and I've been dying to ask you this: if you had the possibility, would you have included the mullet and the beard with the black suit?
Yes, this is the most important question.
By the way, it's a good question. I think
it's a great question.
The beard is a possibility. The mullet, it's just a tough one. It's hard. It's a hard thing to make look badass. I mean, look, somehow
Henry
Cavill. You put on some blue blocker sunglasses.
You're the master of. You got the beautiful slow-mo HD shots. It just would have float in the wind, man. Come on, you would have looked great
in the back. But you know what, mate? Look,
you're off the hook for the mullet though, because they're confirmed in the comics now that it wasn't actually a mullet.
I just think that, look, there's an argument for. That when Superman is in the grave, that the beard grew and the hair grew. I don't know that it grew into a mullet per se. That's
nice and groomed.
When you just kind of do the work. But I also feel like the way we kind of approached it was that he doesn't, his body wouldn't rot, per se, right?
Right,
because of a certain thing that's inside him, maybe that starts with the codex.
I think it's Kryptonian kind of biology would prevent him from decaying at the same rate, say, that we would. So you could say that he might decay over 1,000 years, but it wouldn't be at the same rate, say, as a just normal person. Mm-hmm. And so that's why I feel like in my mind, he's kind of looks very similar, sort of his haircut and his beard and everything although that's not to say that, in an ideal world he wouldn't have a beard, but
right.
I appreciate it.
I'm not
or a mustache.
Yeah.
Wow.
What if it was just a mustache? Yeah, too soon. But
way to go, Matt.
Yeah, one of the things I noticed with the trailer, a lot of the shots that you've been, teasing over the last 2.5 years. I mean, when I was breaking it down and I was going, he showed us this. He showed us this still shot. Now we're seeing it full on color. It's all done. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous.
It's because a lot of those shots were in my trailer, and I had the trailer on my computer.
Yes.
And so, or on my phone, and I would show it to people. Certain people, I would show them the trailer, just random people, and the shots on my phone. And so when I was I would just take a screenshot off there and put it on Vero and be like, "Oh, this is cool."
Kind of cool. Yeah.
It's like the thumb drive in the bathroom. It's just there.
I don't know. Maybe it's bullshit, but that was kind of my approach. So that's why you didn't get a lot of those shots. I'll be honest, but there's a lot more. Trust me. Like I said.
Are you sure? Because Scott Mendelson says it looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hey, listen, on behalf of every fan, because we love you with all our heart. Thank you for that fucking takedown.
Oh, that was
yes.
Cheers to that.
Even Jay Lee came in.
Oh man, yes.
You know what? I mean, that guy, when he tweeted that out, it was like, really, dude, you're gonna really just do that? What are you trying to do? And then all of a sudden, when you like quote tweeted and did that, I think everybody just collectively went, "Oh, yeah, it was great."
Yes.
I mean, I don't like to. And I'm pretty hands off the world. I don't like to. I don't like to get into it. Into the. I'm just busy. And so. I don't know.
Yeah. But I'm sure that was an upsetting moment when you saw making those comments off of something that was supposed to be part of the fandom event. Yeah. So I guess you couldn't help yourself. Fuck you guys.
Yeah, well.
It's what.
Don't worry, nobody's watching. You can just say whatever you want to say.
Just us here.
We can go private mode. Is there a private?
Yeah. Click over to private mode. Yeah.
No, but one of the things,
guys. I got to get back. I can hear him in the other room.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh,
all right. Yeah.
Zach, I want to say thank you so much for spending this time with us. You have made our dreams come true as fans. We adore everything that you do. We cannot wait for this movie. We've been fighting for it for 2.5 years. You brought tears, pain, and our hearts. So,
and we hope you get your title. We want Zack Snyder.
Yes.
I think it's all right. I think it's
okay.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
Yes.
There we go.
This is what we want.
I'm
this
just
is what we
doing
want.
some small negotiating, but yeah.
Cool.
Nice. You heard it here first.
Exclusive.
Again, thank you so much. I cannot thank you enough. All I can say is hallelujah.
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 Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate everything you guys do. Just pounding the drum all the time. I think it makes a huge difference. And I don't know what I doubt I'd be here, sitting here talking about the trailer for Justice League.
Crazy.
Whatever this is years later.
That's the way we felt today.
Guys every day getting on and going like, "Fuck it, let's get some Justice League up in this shit." And and everyone's saying, really?
And
didn't that movie
don't exist.
Like, I don't understand you
It
guys.
doesn't exist.
And we wouldn't have stopped. We would have kept going
For
until the end of times. Oh yeah.
Yeah. By the way, I thought it would be more like 5 years. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Hey, we would have.
I thought there was a chance, but I thought it would be more like 5 years. I thought like after 5 years, people would have kind of like they wouldn't really like remember. I don't know what, but then they would go like, okay, I guess if it's
Thank you, HBO Max.
Yes.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you again.
Thank you, Zach.
I'll check it back in with you guys later on at some
All right.
We'll be here for 5 hours.
You never know. You're like, Jesus. Get out
All right.
Yeah. Well, Zach.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, cheers, guys.
Take it easy. Oh my God.
Wow.
David Lee. Oh my God. I was like, please behave. Please behave. Please behave.
Oh my Lord. Oh,
Hey. All right. Well, screw you guys. I'm done. That was the highlight of my night. I'm out of here.
oh shit.
Hey.
Oh my God. This
Oh man.
oh man.
Yeah, nice pack.
Yeah.
I need a fucking cigarette after that.
Oh man, yeah.
Oh.
Steven, what the fuck, man? I was waiting for you like 10.
Yeah, Steven just like shook. I'm never gonna take a knife fight.
I'm just gonna shut up and let the pros handle.
You guys wanted me to cross-examine him?
No.
Hey. We all had equal time. We asked our questions. That's good. No, Steven did a good thing. He, Steven would have been fantastic. I
wholeheartedly believe that too.
See that, Steven, if you could ever get a one-on-one with Zack Snyder, I would love to see that because you guys would fucking go back and forth 100%. But this was a group setting. This was a panel. We all had our questions. It worked out. Even
I will admit though that I texted the Squadcast guys. I'm just going, fuck you.
Oh my god!
And I know at least two or three of them are watching right now, and I'm just like, sorry, Ray, sorry, Chris, sorry, Jordan. I know, love you guys.
Yeah, fucking A, man. Well,
you pissed off Dice in the comments. He's like, "What do you mean one-on-one?"
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, okay, Dice, you could be there. You could tell Steven to, hey, stop.
2-on-1.
2-on-1. There you go.
Menage a trois.
Man, I was gonna ask if he intentionally plans his movies out 1 minute at a time because of how well it works out for our podcast. But
would have been a perfect time for you to plug. Yes, by the minute.
I'll ask him when he comes on. Sometime.
Yeah, I see how that goes. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, but for real though, like no bullshit. No bullshit. I was surprised when I was like, I was writing about that article. It was like, yeah, you wrote about it. Tell me about it. I was like, oh
dude,
shit.
he knows.
Okay.
He knows.
Fuck.
Dude.
Well, I know, but I was like, I didn't know you were like gonna lead me on like that. Okay.
When we were at SnyderCon, when we were at Snyder, remember Swenson? There was like one point like he was like talking and he goes, yeah, like those guys out there, I know those guys. They talk about it, and then
no, Dave, he was talking about Matt and I.
Yeah, because we were sitting next to you. That's what it was. Yeah.
Come on.
I was sitting next to Swenson at the time.
I was on your left side, all right?
We were in that same row.
Hey guys, this was my one shot. This I got it.
One shot, one opportunity.
Do
not miss your chance.
This is Hamilton for me. I got to take my shot.
When he said that, Swenson and I looked at each other like, is he talking about us? What the fuck?
He started talking about the ending with Darkseid, and the whole room goes, what? What are you talking about? I've read it. And I was like, yeah, you have.
Well, and that's what's so crazy about it. I mean, you think about, listen, like Zach knows, he understands what the fuck is going on out there. Like he's not just like some oblivious person that's like,
his response to Middleton, which you guys awkwardly wouldn't stop talking about.
Oh my god.
I didn't bring it up.
But in his response to Mendelsohn, he's like, you said that the theatrical cut was an enjoyable Saturday morning cartoon. It's like, whoa, somebody's got receipts on Ben Mendelsohn. Or not Ben Mendelsohn.
Exactly. Me and him connected on that. I went, yes, I fucking agree with you. You know what the fuck he was saying. Like, dude, he was calling shit out like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Man.
So thank you to whoever quote unquote got him to join, because obviously there's multiple factors in doing it.
I don't know if we can say it, but listen, I so appreciative of being friends with those who sent that.
It's a group effort, guys. Cheers.
Well, I mean, he said
right, but also
he said once he got on with his crew, and now he was on with his crew.
Well, the other thing too is that you know what? I mean, at least he knows that we're not. It's not like we're gonna sit there and ask him questions that he can't talk about. Like we know what the fuck we're doing. We know what we can talk about. We know what we can ask. And we know that if we ask certain questions, we know what to say without having a script. Because none of us had a fucking script of what to ask. It was just literally a raw live feed. And the fact that he was able to answer all of our questions without going, I can't really talk about that, just proves that the confidence of him showing up on the vodka stream sometime or PingPongFlix show sometime, or even BVS by the minute. That's 3 fucking times I've said something.
Yes, yeah, no, we haven't taken a drink.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
3 drinks.
Oh fuck!
Just means that he should be able to at least want to go out and
shoot the shit.
You know, just like he did tonight. Like there was nothing like he said some shit, but there was nothing like earth shattering that was like, oh fuck, I didn't even know that.
I didn't want anything. I want to go into this movie not knowing a damn fucking thing other than what we already know. Because I mean,
absolutely.
I like the things that he did confirm, which is he definitely still wants that Zack Snyder's Justice League title, and I think that's not in a wink that's what it's going to be. And also that he, as many of us have been saying, I think I won't go in order of who said it first. That it was going to be.
I did.
Okay, well, yes, I will.
I'm just saying it. Fuck it.
Huh?
That it's going to be in chapters or in installments. And he confirmed that he always wanted that.
I love the fact that the trailer, that the reason that all the shots we've been seeing on Vero for like the last 2.5 years were in this trailer is because that's what he was screenshotting from. I thought that was a great window into what's been kind of fueling us as a movement for the last 2.5 years.
I want to see that trailer, the unfinished trailer.
With the 5-minute long.
Yeah, I want to see the one with the previs and the green screen and the
release the Snyder trailer.
That's one of the things. Like when I was breaking it down on my stream on Film Junkee, the Film Junkee.
Oh, very well done, Dave. Thank you.
Shit. Forget about that.
No, but I was like, I kept pausing. I'm like, dude, we've seen this. He was like showing us this all throughout, and then I was like, that's why I kept on. I was like, I wanted to ask this question. I'm like, hey. The stuff that you've been teasing for like the last 2.5 years, we saw all of that finished in the trailer. And then he answered, he goes, well, that was originally in the trailer that I already had. And I'm like, there it is. There it is. And it was like, fuck yeah, there it was.
Well, we had the Dark Side Nightmare storyboard. Not Dark Side wasn't in that one, but the Nightmare storyboard of the Hall of Justice sign.
Yes.
There was Wonder Woman finding the arrow. We got the Amazon Shrine in a previous trailer, but that's another big discovery that Garza found those images. And then they had the Dark Side images that he's been teasing forever. Like there were so many like milestones, and then of course the quote at the end. Like there were so many things that are so core to like what our vision of this movie is, like based on what we've been talking about. So it was. I don't know. I'm fascinated to know that Hallelujah was the song that he had attached to.
It was in 2018.
Yes.
Oh man, that worked out so perfectly.
That means so much more today, even.
Yes, absolutely.
The song is literally about like. He can't like woo this woman because she's not impressed with his music.
Listen to the lyrics.
It's about there's 2 things about it, and one is about betrayal, and then the other one is about it's your hallelujah, whether it's your marriage or somebody's death. Because you sing it at a wedding and you sing it at a funeral. Yeah.
And he said that he thinks that both the glorious and the broken hallelujahs have equal value.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that this movie, whether it was a cathartic way to put it out there even for the fan, this was our hallelujah moment. Getting this trailer, getting this movie, that was our hallelujah. I think we should make that shit trend.
Yeah, and Watchmen trended because of the song was in the trailer. Like
Watchmen. Yeah,
that's power.
Yeah, because that was Night Owl Hallelujah when he was getting a nice.
When he was getting Hallelujah by Silk Spectre. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, different context.
Slightly different context.
This is like to me, feel, I don't know about you guys, it feels like my 15 minutes of fame, and my 2 sons who are huge DC fans are watching me. I love you guys. They asked me to ask really hard question. I didn't ask because I was trying to be considerate, but I love you guys. I'm glad that you guys are watching, and my best friends too.
Just carry on. Already drunk if you can't tell. If you can't tell,
not at all. So, I actually saw it up real quick.
Either way,
dude, when he's
what I thought was interesting,
up like that.
Well, you played.
Yeah. Well, when you were saying that, I was like, who the fuck is he talking about? Like, I didn't even.
I know. I was like,
a young guy.
Like, yeah, like a young guy. I was like, dude.
Yeah, because I wanted to throw you off. Dude, I planned this whole
it threw me the fuck off, dude. I went, who the fuck is joining us? Like, I have no idea.
When he joined in, I was like, no fucking way, because I didn't say to nobody else but you guys, and I know that you guys, you know what happened, and then when I saw Zack, I was like, oh my, like I try to keep my cool. And then I was like,
dude, hey Ben, every Friday, because I send the link to him every Friday.
Right.
Every Friday, I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what if that happens? I don't know how I would react. So I can imagine how you felt. And when you said that, I was like,
can we?
Yeah.
Can we just thank for the fact that he didn't know about Affleck going to Flash. For
he
what
didn't.
He said.
He didn't.
I mean, that's interesting.
And we
what does that mean?
We thought that he spoke to him.
Well, I think that's an important thing we were addressing earlier about the difference between that they're not. There's been some discussion about like whether or not they are like going back to Snyder's vision versus like if he's just now a part of a larger vision. And with the emphasis on the multiverse, I think the important thing to remember is like Justice League is just now one piece, one corner of a multiverse instead of this thing that he's fighting with Warner Brothers over. And that's the reason he has this freedom is because it's now a part of the multiverse instead of the only game in town. But so as a result, that means that he doesn't have the kind of the creative pull that he had before. They're like, cool, Zack, you do your thing, we'll do our thing. And so that is especially confirmed by the fact that he didn't know about Ben. Because and that also is additional credence to the fact that happened really fast because we know he talks to Ben. And he talked to him back in, back when after the cut came out and everything, and it would have come up then. So it's really fascinating how quickly that came together, and funny that like Ben kept it a secret from him. You feel like that they're on good terms now, so like it would have been something that he would have like teased him about or something.
Well, I also appreciate the fact that we just got to geek out about Matt Reeves' The Batman trailer with him too.
I love that.
I love that.
I absolutely love that because that trailer really floored me. I mean, as much as the Snyder Cut trailer was like absolutely glorious and I got teary-eyed and everything. When it came to the Batman trailer, I mean, if anybody saw my live stream, I was floored by it. There's so many questions.
Yeah.
So many questions. I mean, the fact that if we're going to go down this route, the fact that it's year 2, Matt Reeves specified that it's year 2 of Bruce Wayne being Batman. And the fact that, like, when you see, like, this crime scene that happened, this murder that happened, you have Gordon walking up, okay? But right behind him, who's behind him? Batman is behind Gordon walking into this crime scene. And all these FBI agents are like, holy shit, it's the Batman. Like, holy crap. And he's there as like one of these, like a detective. I mean, when you're talking about like a noir detective movie, that's 100% there. I mean, you see the boots, and then he's just like, "You have any idea what this is about?" And it says "To the Batman," and then you see him just standing there, crime scene. I'm like, "Holy shit!" And then just to make it even more, there's a scene where he's in the police station, and some cop pissed him off, and he goes after him, and Gordon he pushes him up against the fucking cage.
Yeah.
Pushing Batman up against the cage. I'm like, what the fuck?
But also, in addition to that, though, the fact that all the cops didn't hop on him, I thought was even more telling, right?
Yes.
Like, A, he's comfortable for them, but B, that they're comfortable with basically like, Gordon, get him off. We don't want to fight.
Yeah.
Dude.
Well, and it's got such
an aesthetic like a.
Right, and there's such an aesthetic, like because he mentions Taxi Driver and Chinatown, such a 70s gritty crime drama. I mean, like it, there's some Zodiac killer. Like I feel like there's some Fincher in there that I was feeling too.
100% Fincher, so much.
Oh, and then when we see the engine on the Batmobile rev up,
is blue, and I'm like, yes.
And by the way, guys, he has the raccoon eyes.
Yes.
He takes the cowl off. He sees raccoon eyes.
Yeah, he did.
Finally.
Dude,
my biggest.
I feel like
about Dave because I don't know how many times Dave I spoke about that he takes off the mask and all of a sudden just like no.
It's just not normal.
They're finally addressing it.
Is,
the reason why I feel like if Zack I do casual Batman, I'm like, I have to like take like baby oil and be like, you know,
fuck that, dude. Yeah. All I'll say is the fact that Zack was so like amped about it, like that was to me. I went, this guy gets it. Like he understood it. He felt it.
Volumes.
Yeah.
He was like, "Can we talk about Batman?" And
he brought it up.
After I saw the trailer, I texted him to be like, "Whoa, man, what the hell is this? This is awesome."
Yeah.
Well, and also watching Matt Reeves talk in Fandom, I could listen to that man talk about the Batman all day. The passion and the enthusiasm that he had about the movie. I'm just like, yeah.
I know some people were joking about it, but I really appreciated the fact that he used the word iteration of this character so many times. Because like it was over the top, but I think that's something that it has been just needs to get, especially with these movies, that people need to get into their consciousness that like this is just a version of this character designed to best tell this particular story. So this version of Batman is not the same as Ben Affleck's Batman. It's not the same as Christian Bale's Batman. It's a different version, and he is this iteration because this iteration is best for the story that Matt Reeves is trying to tell. Same thing with Gordon, same thing with Riddler, etc. And he's not trying to say like he's the Riddler you know from the comics. He's actually saying this is a different iteration that is best equipped to tell the story I want to tell. And the fact that he's leaning into that instead of trying to play the appeasing, like it's the same thing you know and love, is like really satisfying.
And my God, the Colin Farrell prosthetics. Did you guys?
Yes. What I thought it was Richard Kind. I didn't even know it was Colin Farrell.
I the whole half hour breaking down the trailer, and I'm like, I didn't even see that until I was done. And somebody was like, "Hey, that was Colin Farrell right here," and I'm like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah. And he said that they don't call themselves the Penguin, the Riddler just yet. Even the Penguin doesn't like to be called the Penguin in the movie. So he's building that world of in those characters from year 2 on. So it's not that they're already Batman. He's already the Riddler. This guy's the Penguin. He's introducing the Riddler because that's what he does. But it doesn't mean that all these characters they call themselves with that moniker the Riddler or the Penguin. So he's just like brilliantly like dissecting everything about every single character in the story, in the lore, and everything that's related to this universe.
Oh, it's so good. I mean, even the Catwoman wearing like a normal like bean.
A baklava kind of.
Yeah. But she makes
baklava. Sorry.
Yeah.
A baklava. It's a dessert. I mean,
it's a delicious hat.
But the fact that she tried to make it look like cat ears, it just shows you that it's in the early stages. Like,
yeah, I'm wondering if she gets a more complete costume, or if they're embracing the like street aesthetic.
Oh, it's so. Oh man!
I'm surprised there was so much to show for the Batman.
25%. That's 25%.
25 to 30.
What the full trailer? I mean, well,
wow.
How long was it?
I mean, there's literally a scene where he grappling hooks up, and the fucking camera's like right there, and he's just shooting up, and I'm like, wow,
that looks good.
Oh, God, my God, I know.
Hey, I was gonna say something I can't remember, and I'm trying to think back. It's something that Zack had said that was kind of like, oh, okay. Oh, yeah, now I know what it is. The fact that he knocked on wood about Affleck coming back for season 2. He knocked on wood. That wasn't that was like a
man, I have to watch
that wasn't just like but he was like,
yeah, I mean can we talk about that a little bit? Oh, and also the fact that
good question.
I mean, I know I brought it up when I first came up on it, but the fact that I was right, I'm just saying I was right about the Justice League opening. I'm sorry. Okay, we'll talk about Affleck. Let's talk about Affleck.
You're right about what?
The opening of Justice League and Lois Lane perspective. Anyways, okay. I mean, he said he read it. I don't know. I mean, that was his words, not mine. But anyways, Affleck, the fact that he said, knock on wood, that he's going to come back, that means to me right now, at this moment, they're in the negotiations of.
They're talking to each other.
Yeah, they're trying to get it, because if he's going to show up the Flash, I mean, dude, like I said to Zack, that means you would have to be like, if you're going to show up the Flash, you got to show up to my second season. Like, get the fuck out. Right? Maybe. Else?
Maybe.
Maybe. The fuck.
No, it was good.
I don't disagree. I think it's a bit of a jump to assume that, but I think there's a real possibility that it's something that I should say this. They've definitely discussed it, right? I can't say if like who's to know if they're actually engaged, like going back and forth on it actively, or if it's just like a thing he texts him once a month, and he's like, by the way, I need you to do more. So I don't know.
No, it's very interesting. But like, I mean, there's so many things that we could have asked him. We could have bombarded him, but I think we did. A relatively.
I think we did him. Oops, my baby woke up.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah, he pretty much said 214 wasn't done. So
he did.
Thank
you, Swenson. Yeah, no, he did. I mean, we can finally push that aside. I mean, I know
he confirmed all of this. Everything that we've been dragged about has been confirmed. So
yeah.
I mean, it's funny. It's like we can we could do our little thing. We can hold our glasses up and be like blah blah blah. But when it comes to what happened today, the fact that we got his trailer, the trailer that he wanted, and the fact that he picked out that song like 2 years ago, that's crazy. I thought that was recent to me. I thought that was recent.
Yep.
I thought that was more recent. But the fact that he said he had it picked already, it's just that's.
Well, when he talked about the fact
someone doing some construction work there?
No, that was the like little fucking the thing that's on the bottom of your door.
That's what happens when you do your setup in front of a door.
Sorry. I apologize.
But yeah, I thought with the he mentioned he cut the trailer early and then he gave it to someone else and had them kind of flesh it out. So I'm like, oh, it must have been somewhere in between those is when he picked the Hallelujah song, and I guess not.
Well, and also the fact that he talked about when he was answering my question about the quote on the back of the Zack Snyder Justice League shirt, like the idea that he's playing, we've always talked about, he plays that chess game. He plays that long game, and how this timeline is so stretched out for him, and we're just now catching up.
Yeah, right. Well, it's crazy to me that he didn't use more quotes from the song. Remember when he did the whole Excalibur thing?
Yes,
he did the whole "What is the secret of the Grail?" Have you found all of the whole sequence from Excalibur, which makes sense because it's it's all connected, like his vision for BVS and everything. But I'm shocked that he never pulled any lines from this song, because like that Samson and Delilah line is about compromising your integrity and losing everything because of it, and that's such a big core part about this whole situation.
Yeah. It's it plays for both, because again, it's like you said, and it could have been that he said, okay, in this song I'm saying I had to compromise because I wanted to put this out for you guys, and but now he's putting it out because we got exactly what we wanted, so we're celebrating. So hallelujah. So it goes like we said earlier, it has equal value on whether it's a broken heart moment or a celebration.
One thing I fucked up on it, I didn't ask, and I'll ask y'all's opinion because I should have asked this, is that now that we know officially, quote unquote, that it's going to be a series, do you think he's going to have a unique opening? I mean, because if we know that Justice League is opening the way it's going to open,
he kind of joked about that.
He joked about it. Yeah.
What did he say?
Well, he said it would open with a previously on Justice League.
Yeah, he joked about it.
Okay. And then he'd also have the normal HBO next week.
Yeah. But wait. He did not specify that it was gonna be a weekly episode. He did say something.
He doesn't know.
He doesn't know what the
release schedule is. Right.
He knows it's gonna be broken up into 4 parts, but he doesn't know the format. He doesn't know if it's gonna be a weekly thing or a daily thing. Yeah,
weekly just makes more. Weekly thing makes more sense for a streaming service.
Yeah, it's gonna be weekly. Sure.
What's the most they could split it up without you guys getting pissed off? Is monthly?
2 weeks.
It's too much.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah.
A fucking week. Fuck you. No.
1 hour.
Fuck you. A week.
Because
fuck you.
if HBO Max can do 2 weeks instead of 1 week, they just doubled the amount of months that they get subscribers.
Well, if they do it, even if they did over 4 weeks, and then the release of it as a film, if you do the 5th week, that gets you 2 months. That locks in 2 months of subscriptions. Especially if you don't
weekly. It's going to be weekly.
It's going to be weekly. But also, if you make sure that you launch the first part or the first chapter in the middle of the month.
Oh, there you
so
go.
it's not the beginning of the month, and so you force it to roll over into another month.
Yeah, put it right on the 15th of our 16th. Yeah. That's smart.
Yep.
Yeah.
But even if it's 2 weeks apart, even if it's 2 weeks apart, like if we take one trailer and we break it down, we take it apart like for an entire week. Imagine how much we can dissect a 1 full hour episode and amongst us.
Steven apparently can go for days. So I'm just saying.
Right here, one.
Wow. Well, yeah, I was going to say, look at Easter weekend, right? April or May or whatever. April 4th or whatever. If they were to have it something in May or even April at the beginning or middle of the month, dude, it'll carry on into, like in the same BVS territory where BVS came out on March 25th. I think that was Easter Sunday, or was it?
It came out on Good Friday.
Good Friday. There you go.
It came out on Good Friday, but it was Easter weekend, and once again, the story was very telling. And it's always very telling because Man of Steel came out on Father's Day weekend. So it's always weird how studios can make those decisions, but I will say that it's kind of telling the holiday weekends that these movies have happened to be released on. I will say that.
I mean, okay, I get it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to kill the room.
Bringing up religion and shit, like whatever, dude. Who cares? Now, I will ask this question because I was curious because he mentioned this. Lex had an arc.
Yes.
I mean, the fact that he mentioned Lex as an arc, that means it's not just he was a bad guy or he gets his head shaved and then all of a sudden he's on a fucking boat. It's an arc.
On a boat.
Right? Yeah. I mean, talk to me about that.
All of a sudden, Matt was like, Lonely Island? What?
Exactly.
It's really crazy about the Lex and the Deathstroke question. Because that's I think we just talked about this on the vodka stream for the Film Junkee.
There we go.
Sorry. Yeah.
Where that scene in the theatrical cut, that's like a Legion of Doom tease or whatever. But in Zack's version, that is Lex hiring Deathstroke to go kill Batman.
Yeah.
Because Batman put him in Arkham. Setting up the Batman movie, right? So that's a very pertinent question right now with Batfleck coming back. If that scene is still in the movie untouched, it's going to be a cliffhanger to set up a movie that there's no current plans for.
Which Zack didn't say. Like the way Zack answered that question was
shoot all your bullets.
Yeah, exactly. Right? I mean, that was what I got from it because he basically answered that question like, oh, well, we filmed it that way, and it would lead into something else. But I can't really speak on that, even though you guys have already seen it, because you haven't seen the real version.
Yeah.
So I can't say anything on it. So I was like, oh, okay, well, fuck. All right, well. Because, I mean, neither one of them.
Well, did anyone else also get the implication that Lex also had a larger part to play in his... because his 5-film arc was basically a Superman story. I interpreted what he was saying Lex continued to have a major role to play in the next 2 parts.
Remember in BVS at the end when there were the 3 crosses and Zack said that represented 3 different deaths.
Yes, yeah.
And one of them was Superman. We know Batman is another death. And so there's always a question of who that 3rd cross is. And because of the nature of, as we talked about recently on the Batman v Superman by the Minute.
Oh, Jesus.
Right.
I'm already fucked up.
In any like literature or specifically, like, I guess in film or paintings or whatever, whenever there's three crosses, it's a very symbolic and calls back to like the crucifixion of Christ, because they crucified two criminals on either side of him, and one of them was the repentant criminal who was like, you could save yourself, why don't you save yourself, and then Christ looked at him and said, like,
shut up,
so that you'll be with me in paradise. and the other one, like, not, I guess. And so if you're going to take that same concept, you know, apply it to this movie, Superman dies, so that's the Christ figure in here, right? Who is the repentant criminal? Well, that's Batman. And then is there a criminal on the other side? So is that Lex? So is Lex part of is Lex that third cross? That would fit with that metaphor.
Would. Yeah, man.
So I don't know. I think we also know, like, per this trailer, we think Aquaman and Wonder Woman probably are dead, right? So there, you know, it could be a lot of.
Well, no, that actually leads me into what I was going to ask you about, because I forgot to ask it. So when I asked about that shot of the Hall of Justice, we see the Trident, we see Wonder Woman's shield, we see the portrait of Thomas Wayne. He was like, "Yeah, there's still other things in there." Like, dude, what the fuck else is in there?
I love an Easter egg hunt.
The fucking Joker card flying in there. He was like,
I didn't see that at first. I didn't see that at first. I'm like, oh yeah, because I was too busy looking at the background. Yeah. I
mean, dude, like, what he's going? Yeah, no, they weren't there. Remember? So I'm like, well, he pointed that fucking the Trident is there. So
I loved how you asked him if what about Ryan, and he didn't say, I don't know what you're talking about. He just smiled.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he acted like he was like, I can't even say anything.
You got the finger. I was about to say, you got the finger. You're like,
I know. I didn't want to make a big deal out of it.
But you swore up and down that they were going to announce him today, guys, and they didn't. There was no
Yeah, didn't you?
Exactly. Those are my exact words.
Yeah, you said mark my words. If Green Lantern isn't announced, I'm going to set myself on fire. That is a guarantee.
Yeah.
That is
on the Real Emotion podcast on
absolutely on whatever episode, because I don't know which episode it would be.
Yeah,
but I mean, I thought it was interesting that he already knew what I was. I didn't say Green Lantern. I said Ryan. You know, I just said Ryan. I was like, did you contact Ryan? He knew what the fuck I was talking about. I didn't say Reynolds.
Exactly what you were talking about.
Like, dude, he got it. I appreciated that. But the fact that he understood that nightmare scene was, I mean, it has a lot of shit in there.
Sinfinity,
that's telling.
Sinfinity is saying he saw Sam Benjamin's driver's license in the nightmare.
Yeah.
Oh, I do.
That sounds about right.
That's hilarious.
I love that.
Oh, that was awesome.
I mean, what did you guys think about when he was talking about the nightmare scene?
Well, I had to make
you guys. Dave and Steven talked about it because y'all got you're the one that released it. So
yeah. No, but I wanted to make that joke when he was talking about Easter eggs. I was like, oh, I saw a Green Lantern ring in there. I thought that's why I was trying to lead into the Green Lantern like.
I didn't get to tell Dave. It's been a crazy day, so I get to tell Dave about it. But there was seeing that image is so cool because there was like 2 or 3 days where you and I were the only ones who had seen that storyboard.
Oh yeah.
And so I was just like, man, that was like what, February of 2018. The movie had been out for 3 months.
Couple months.
And I had this, and we're like, Dave was like, what are we gonna do with this? And now it's in a fucking trailer. That's like so cool,
dude. I know. We were talking about that last night on the Film Junkee Bourbon stream.
Oh Jesus!
Bourbon stream. Okay.
Yeah. No, and I even said, I was like, I hope we see that shot. We see that shot of the Hall of Justice or Justice League. We see that shot like of the rubble, you know, and we did. So fucking beautiful. I mean, my God.
What else? I think I'm not sure if we talked about it. We did, but I've got 2 beers and now I'm on scotch, and it's just like, and Zack Snyder was on the freaking stream. I'm just like, I don't.
Yeah, I know.
How am I supposed to sleep tonight? I have no idea. I even texted my wife like, "Come get the baby. Zack Snyder's here." And she completely ignored me.
Fucking baby out of here. Get it out.
Take the boy. No. Take the boy.
Yeah.
But but the fact that he started with Darkseid.
Yeah.
And we were talking about last night, like that would be.
I said it last night. You guys gave me shit about it. Remember? Y'all said no. He's not gonna show Darkseid. No. Y'all said he's not gonna show Darkseid because Steppenwolf is gonna be the fucking main villain. That's what you guys fucking said. Yes.
Let's play the tape.
Remember. And I was like,
oh, you got it ready in the camera?
Oh yeah,
absolutely. Here, play. No, I'm just kidding. But you guys fucking said.
No, I'm gonna play because you like to talk a lot of shit.
Hey.
But that much Darkseid, and we wouldn't see him. We wouldn't see Darkseid in his full form. Like that's too much.
No, I know that's too much.
But we got
young Darkseid.
We got Uxas, right?
Yeah, we knew Uxas.
Yeah, but I did notice that the Omega symbol was like a scar on his chest, and I was like, ooh.
So good.
Well, he was because the thing that we seen the other shot where he looks scrawny and far away. Now you see him from up close. He
was swole.
He looked girthy. Yeah, there was a lot of girth and to Darkseid.
And what trailer were you watching? There's some girth in there, and
hey. I also love the fact that when we got the Flash scene from the Ascended Ancient leaks, back in the day, Kersey was there. I was like, good for her. Yes,
effects and everything.
But I think I was going to ask something, but I didn't want to because I was like, it didn't fucking matter. But like a lot of the shots that were in this trailer were shit that were leaked. Like as far as visual effects are concerned.
I think that's part of why.
Like even the card.
I think that indicates why it was partly like why it was leaked. Like the like the trailer shot, for example. It's because, like he was saying, when they're assembling the trailers, he'll tell his VFX guys like, "Hey, I need these accelerated," and so they complete them in 5-second chunks or whatever when they do that. And so the more hands that touch a clip, the more likely it is to leak. And so especially you're going to put something into a trailer, because if you remember at the time when those all leaked, there was a Avengers Endgame stuff leaked. There was a bunch of stuff, and it was all stuff that ended up being in trailers, because it was like that's just where it was in the pipeline when it got snagged.
Makes sense.
I think so. Did he freeze? Because I feel like he's still talking right now.
No, I finished my point, and I'm allowing someone else to take the.
Whoa, dude!
That's used to that.
I just want to hear.
Where's the one more thing? I need one more thing.
I know. I literally want to hear from Matt or Shane. I don't give a shit what you guys talk about. I just want to hear what you guys have to say because I haven't heard y'all. So talk.
We're just letting you talk. It's fine.
Yeah. No, but Shane, how did you feel about like the way all of a sudden, like, we have this, roundtable and Snyder shows up and crazy.
Well, I'm glad I finally joined one of these things. I'm only on every so often, and I picked the right one. But I thought it was awesome, and it's cool how chill Zack is. It felt like he respected it so well. He joked along with us. He cussed. He was drinking. He left to go get a drink and bring it back. Like, it's just stuff like that makes you, admire the guy even more. And I think I'm somewhat still just in awe of like, holy shit. Wait, what happened?
Be able to talk to him, like actually ask him a question. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly. Too.
Somebody actually messaged us one of the questions that we've been wanting to ask for a while too. I don't know if you saw the message on Twitter, Shane, but somebody wanted us to ask if being under the world engine in Man of Steel, it was intentional to make him him look like Christopher Reeves, because we were just talking about that on our live stream, and it would have been a good one. And it's been questioned about that for so long. And somebody sent us that because we were just talking about that yesterday on our live stream on Comic Movie Marks.
Jesus.
I'm not even going to drink to it.
I'm
out. I need to re-up. I'll be right back.
But
I hope Zack doesn't show up again while I'm gone.
Yeah, right. You're the one in control, asshole.
Let me ask my wife to bring me a drink.
Oh,
But
the other thing was
too. Get mine to come get the baby. Good luck getting a drink. I'm just saying.
No, I got my shit locked down at home. Excuse me.
Okay.
Hey, for the record, no, he does not.
No, I don't.
That is not the case.
None of us
when it's just me and him, That's not the fucking case, okay?
Please. No, I'm just talking shit. She can't hear me from here. That's why
she's not watching tonight. That's the point. She's not watching right now.
The other thing that was cool about being in here is technically my box was next to him. So I don't know if you guys were noticing, but I was trying to figure out how I could like put my arm. Like, I was trying to do that. Yeah, I was trying to like how can I like no. All right. It's just not working.
No. Right. I think what what was interesting is that the fact that he has had this plan since 2018 knows that he's in this for the long game. And like he mentioned, look, he wasn't expecting it to be like until like 5 fucking years from now. And so the fact that it escalated this quickly, he's going, well, shit, I already have things prepared in case this shit happened. Well, let's just go ahead and use that. And the fact that he couldn't even talk about a sequel or the series continuing, just like I mentioned, means that he's probably in the talks of trying to convince him. But I can tell you straight up from people that I talk to that work for Warner Media, we have to hype up like this Justice League, regardless of if we are confident that it's going to get a sequel or anything. We still have to hype it up because it's that important to Warner Media and to Zack. Like, we got to make sure we make a noise when this thing comes out.
They want it. I think they want it. Yeah. They want it.
Yeah. They absolutely want it.
I mean, Zack's being cagey on it for a reason, and it's not because he's like behind NDAs, because he legitimately can't commit to something that they haven't committed to yet.
Correct.
And what that means is that, if you want a continuation, if you want a part 2, if you want to know what happens after this, he's going to fire all his bullets, and we know that those bullets are not going to end the story right in this episode.
Yeah.
And so. If you want a Justice League 2 or Part 2 or Season 2 or whatever you want to call it, the benefit here is that we're no longer talking about greenlighting a pipe dream or something that doesn't exist, right? We're not talking about a campaign to convince Warner Brothers to release a movie they don't want to release. Which actually, I'll point out, this is not a Warner Brothers. Even like Zack says, everyone says it because it's like colloquial, it makes sense. But Jeff Johns is no longer a producer. Jeff Johns is no longer a producer on this project, and there is no WB logo in it. It is a Warner Max
Media.
Yes,
I love that logo. Yes. I love that logo. I love that.
Yeah.
So it is no longer subject to the same executives that created the problem in the first place, which is a big benefit. But in order to get a season 2, same rules apply as anything else, which is
ratings.
It needs to be watched a lot. It needs to be supported a lot, and they're going to measure that not only in watches, but they're going to measure it in subscriptions. So if everyone that's like a hardcore fan watches it 500 times, that's great. But if that doesn't move the needle on the number of people subscribed, that is not as appealing to Warner Brothers.
Because that's what generates revenue for the company.
Right.
We need to generate revenue. So you need all those people who haven't signed up for HBO Max yet in the US. In the U.S., right, because he talked, and I'm glad in the panel he addressed the international customers. He talked about, that they're probably exploring other avenues, which makes me think they are prepared for HBO Max to not be available in all these international regions by the time Zack Snyder's Justice League comes out. So they're going to have it prepared to be pushed out through other venues, but that will still allow them to measure support, measure excitement, and collect revenue for it, which is how they're going to measure the success of the project. In the US, you need people that if you're not subscribing to HBO Max right now, you need to make sure that you're subscribing. And here's a question. I almost feel like it needs to be one of those cases where if we signed up for HBO Max when we heard about the announcement, because I'll be honest, I was going to maybe borrow somebody's account for a little bit, and then
that's wrong.
It's wrong, but it's also I'm a teacher. I have a limited salary. But when I heard that Zack Snyder's Justice League was being announced, once it was announced, I committed. I independently subscribed to HBO Max as a thank you. Here's a sign of my support. I feel like the window to subscribe was those of us who subscribed at or around May 20th. And I feel like to show the support, it's almost like you need to subscribe when it gets released so that the bean counters can account those dollars, those subscription dollars, to the release of Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yeah.
I'm curious how many people after today, I already started getting some text messages from people who maybe weren't necessarily in favor of what Zack Snyder did before, or some of my coworkers who aren't as familiar as we are.
Yes.
They're a little bit more of the casual fan. I started getting text messages today of like, Shane, did you see of course I did, but did you see the Justice League trailer? Did you see the Batman? So I'm curious how many people after today are now going to be like, maybe I will sign up for it. And then maybe this is kind of a point in the in the measuring stick of like, okay, we had the initial release and of Zack Snyder's Justice League, and there was a bunch of us, Matt and I did the same thing, where we weren't necessarily going to get HBO Max, and then as soon as it got announced, okay, man of my word, boom, I'm going to go ahead and buy it. So I'm curious how many people after today have either are going to sign up today or maybe down the road now have plans for it.
Well, and this is a point that I always made that got me in a lot of trouble, I guess, as someone ancillary to the movement. No, well,
40 people
tangentially related to that, but is the fact that the effort to get the movie greenlit initially, because there was no HBO Max, we were talking about a theatrical release, right? Or even if it was like a home release or whatever, or an on-demand release, there was still a per item. There's a word for that, but it's a per item charge, right? So that a per viewing charge or a per purchase charge that is existing, and so there's the calculus that takes place, whether it's box office, whether it's on demand, whether it's home media, is you're talking about the number of people that watch it multiplied by the dollar amount of the ticket of the home purchase of whatever it is, equals the amount of revenue it can generate. And that, and because, as Zack Snyder confirmed on the stream tonight, that cut was not done and needed additional VFX work done, there was an expense associated. And so in order to get Warner Brothers to greenlight it, initially, the argument had to be to prove we have the demand behind us. And so if you look at like the biggest number you can get of like the hardcore fans, like you go back and look at that original petition, is still like the biggest number that was gotten. That was like 180,000 people, 175, 177, something like that. And if you take like the average movie ticket price at $10, and let's say all of those people see it like a handful of times, you're talking like a couple $1 million total out of that. Out of a $40 million, but $20 to $40 million potential expense to finish it.
We can go ahead and say 40 million if you want.
Yeah, sure. I mean, the exact amount is whatever, but the point is that there was an amount that was necessary just to finish it, and then an amount on top of that for just to make it worthwhile to get it out there. And then the game changed entirely when HBO Max came along, because now you're no longer talking about that consumer times box office equals revenue model. Now you're talking about a subscriber on a monthly basis generating ongoing revenue. And if you release it as a series, then you're multiplying the number of months that people are being subscribed to the service to get that. And because of that revenue model change, that made, this is why on November 16th, before it even trended, I said HBO Max will get this done as a series, because
you said that? Yeah.
On November 16th.
Okay. No, I know you did. I'm just joking.
And because that new revenue model is what made it all possible. And so now we're in stage 2 of that, where if there's going to be a season 2 or a sequel or whatever, we're now talking about that revenue model needs to be proven again. The problem is we're not talking about $40 million or $60 million, whatever the total cost of getting this done is. Now we're talking about $200 million, right? Or something along the $150, $200 million to get a second installment, because we're starting from scratch. We're not taking a finished product and turning it into a series. We're talking about starting completely brand new. And so it doesn't matter if every single like hardcore fan that's like a part of the movement subscribes to HBO Max and watches it a million times. They need to see that needle climb even more from season 1 in order to justify that. And that's not meant to be discouraging. That's meant to say the angle of the campaign needs to be very different. The angle of the campaign now is no longer like supporting Zack Snyder. It's now you're HBO Max shills. Like if you want to see a season 2, you're going to get everyone in your family to sign up for their own account. You're going to have 2 accounts, like, right?
You're not going to create the different profiles and share your username and password, because even me, who signed up in May, by the time let's say theoretically that Zack Snyder's Justice League comes out May of next year, and then it rolls over into June of next year. That is basically the equivalent of me going to see the movie in IMAX 13 times. If you think about how many months that I have paid to see to HBO Max to see Justice League.
So if you share your account with someone else, or if you are piggybacking on someone else's account, or if you pirate this movie when it comes out, you are actively hurting any intent. Like you are an enemy of getting anything additional approved. If you're going to continue this movie, you want a season 2, you need to not only campaign like you did for the first one with, you see, hashtag, Swamp Thing season 2 or whatever. You see all that kind of stuff all the time.
Save Swamp Thing.
Save Swamp Thing, or Save Justice League, or Renew Justice League, or whatever the hashtag is going to be. Yeah. Like that's great, but in addition to that, you need to get people to sign up for HBO Max for a monthly subscription, and that's what's going to get it. And I don't think that's impossible. I think it's very achievable. I mean, we've seen what's achievable with this, but it's a new stage of the evolution of the fandom.
But it's also with the pandemic and the almost light year jump in the use of streaming, because we were all staying at home for so much. And let's be honest, HBO Max, while light on the original content, has a massive library of, you got shit you want to watch, it's probably on HBO Max. And if you like HBO stuff, it's on there too. And so it's not I don't think it's a hard sell in this day and age. Now, the price point is higher than most people are used to, but you kind of have to win them over with, but do you know what you get for that price point?
Well, and make no mistake, Warner Brothers investing in Zack Snyder to get this done isn't just Warner Brothers investing in Zack Snyder. This is Warner Brothers. This is Warner Brothers purchasing Zack Snyder's fandom. When they signed Zack Snyder for this, they were fully aware of the fact they were getting an army of fans who were ready to go to war on social media to make this happen. And you look at these official social media accounts now that are popping up, like on Twitter, you have @SnyderCut. It's already got like 30,000 people subscribed to it. And that is a corporate owned HBO Max marketing team run account. And what are they doing? They're saying, let's get Justice League trending all weekend, right? They're doing the same thing, but they're trying to harness that fan population that they purchased by investing in Zack Snyder's Justice League in order to get this done. And so that's a really, really cool angle on it. But yeah, that is what you are now. You are now, if you want to support this, you are now an HBO Max shill, not just Snyder Cut, but watch their shows, get people to watch their shows, hype up their shows.
Oh, I already have been.
First off, Lovecraft Country, that show is phenomenal.
Oh my God, yes it is.
It's fucking great, dude. So
yes,
I read the book in 4 days. I am down for this show. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, especially because we got Black Canary in it. So
Journey Smollett. Yes.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yes,
dude. All I'm saying is, I wish that if we could have, prodded Zach a little bit more, I literally would have asked him about Jeff Johns. I wasn't. I'm saying if I could have, I would have.
No, oh my God, I would have kicked you off the fucking show.
No. He even told Sean O'Connell that was one of the three things he would not answer a question.
Exactly, and that's my point. Like that's my point, because guess what? Leading up to this, guess what? It just happened to be yesterday that Ray Fisher talks about, or was it yesterday or Thursday? Thursday. That all of a sudden Warner Media is backing up Ray Fisher and going to investigate with a third party. It's like, dude, if they're backing you up and they're investigation closed already. Like we already know.
And that's revealed several days after the Fandom panels are split up into 2 days, and all of Jeff Johns are rescheduled for September 12th, so that he's not at anything today. Also, conveniently, Affleck signed right around the same
past couple days.
Yes.
Yeah,
I don't know if that was.
Well, remember, and I had said this on the Real Emotion podcast. I don't know a while ago.
I need to re-up right back.
Jeff Johns was trying to. He was trying to do something with Flash. He didn't like Ezra Miller as the Flash. He was trying to remove him and trying to get Ryan Reynolds into Green Lantern to show up in a Flash film. And all of a sudden, what happens? Okay, well, that shit gets taken away basically from Jeff Johns, right? I mean, he doesn't have that much power. And then all of a sudden we hear, okay, well, Ezra Miller's fully on board to be the Flash. They wouldn't have filmed this, DC Phantom panel weeks ago, knowing that, oh, you know what, Jeff Johns might be taking over. He might not, have Ezra Miller as the Flash. All that shit happens because Jeff Johns is trying to fuck things over because the last grasp. And all of a sudden, you know what, that shit ain't gonna happen. Ben Affleck coming back. He's gonna be in Ezra Miller's Flashpoint. Okay, cool. Zack Snyder's Justice League is the legit thing. Like, that just means to me that Jeff Johns just got fucked majorly. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, guy, I want to take the opportunity because I just got DM'd. Fanboy Clay, who I know is watching the stream and probably in the comments, he just said that the Ink to the People link for the associate producer shirt is back up and running now.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
How many of you were in the first 1,000?
Me,
I was
number 81.
Number 81.
Was,
nice.
Wow.
It was 188.
Me, 285.
I think I was like 246.
Yeah, I was like 261.
You were right around me. I was like 265, I think. 269.
Shout out to Wonder Meg, by the way, because she was the one who shared the link that I saw.
Dude.
I want to know who got 214 because that's outdated now.
Yeah.
Oh God.
It's the 240 cut, maybe.
Oh hey,
Yeah.
No, it might be a 269 cut. How long is 269 minutes?
Anybody else kind of find it weird that, like, I mean, when it came to Zack Snyder's panel, everybody showed up, even Patty, which was great.
That was great.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, she showed her support. But Momoa, I mean, I just looked right now. Momoa did post the trailer.
Yeah, but he had made an announcement. It was announced like a week ago or 2 weeks ago that he wasn't going to show up to DC.
Yeah,
Like,
it was.
period.
But at the same time, I was like, why didn't he like do like a video or something like that? Because he's very, he's very good with his social media. But all he did was like, I mean, he posted he says he loves Zack Snyder. He spelled Zack wrong, but yeah. And
that's a gag at this
point.
point.
But even the whole Aquaman panel was the worst.
That was the worst.
It was the worst. There was no announcement. There was no title reveal. I mean, we know we're getting a sequel, but it was just him and it was odd. I was like, this is a strange. Like all of it, and it stopped like suddenly, like just like cut off. Boom. That's it. So it was like, what? It's over.
Yeah.
I mean, even the Titans panel gave us like 3 little nuggets about season 3. It was like Aquaman,
like Gotham, Red Hood, and something else.
Yes.
Oh, a Commissioner Barbara Gordon.
There it is. Yeah, that's
but Aquaman was the one panel that was like nothing new. There was nothing new.
It was just Wilson and Juan just shooting the shit kind of thing.
Yeah, that's it.
See, Patrick Wilson retweeted Zach's trailer post, and he said, he said, I know that song.
That's awesome. I love that.
Hey, by the way, can we break down a little bit of Zack Snyder's Justice League trailer?
I actually two things, because we really haven't talked about the Batman trailer.
Well,
we really
okay.
Can I'm over here. I'm steering the ship this time.
Go, Ben. Go.
Hey, Matt and Shane, do you guys
spread your wings and fly?
Yeah, Matt and Shane, do you guys have to deal with this kind of shit with each other?
No, we're good. We like each other.
Fuck you guys. I hear it all the time. Bullshit. Shane is on my end. Hey, I'm Shane. I'm the Shane of comic books. Okay? I'm just
You're
saying.
not.
No, you're not. You're mad. I'm Shane because he's the more subdued,
Why are you
laid
insulting
back.
me like that?
I know everybody wants.
Sorry, Matt.
Thank you, Ben.
All I'm saying is, when I saw the new shots of Aquaman with the suit and the trident kind of on the floor, and it was obviously an air bubble basically because that's what it was looking like. Then we saw Mira. I was like, dude, okay. When he exited with his arms across,
thank you.
I went. That reminds me of the Man of Steel whenever he exits the ship, like arms across. You know what I mean? Like arms spread out. I went, dude, that's.
Oh, I felt like his was more of like, yeah, bitch, and then
exactly. No. It was like, yeah, fuck you.
Not really religiously symbolic at all.
I mean, dude, look. I mean, we don't know how he gets the suit. We don't know how he gets the armor. We don't have anything. And I did a periodic table of that scene of going. I was showing exactly where a reshoot would be and where the actual original footage was. And it's just funny that because of the air bubble, we know that that's a real scene, regardless. Yeah. So, I mean,
can we go to the beginning and break it down, especially because I find that interesting what Scott said this year. Look at this grizzly guy.
Look at that.
The Omega symbol, it looks like it was
like a branded.
Like it was branded, yes.
Or branded, or like it was like carved in,
yes. So it was like I'm thinking that it was part of some type of Ritual. Yes, thank you very much. I think it was part of a ritual. That's why he has that Omega symbol there. What do you guys think?
So, well, does that mean he has the Omega sanction then? Because wouldn't that make him Darkseid? And is not?
Well, no. Well, because it might be that he's like preparing for it.
Yeah.
Because once again, he has eyes, but that doesn't necessarily mean that, like you said, he doesn't have the Omega sanction. Does he have Omega beams? I mean, if he has Omega beams, he should be Darkseid at that point.
He wouldn't even have the axe on his hands.
Oh, that's not an axe though. That's a very unique weapon.
Well, that looks.
I'm wondering what that weapon.
Hey Scott, do you think that might be the Highfather scepter?
Oh,
that's the scepter.
The scepter, yes. I never thought about that.
Once again, it's just one of those. I need to see this freaking history lesson now, because that's a great theory.
All right, so let's go to the next frame and see what.
Hold on. Well, I will say this though: the fact that he showed off Euxis at the beginning, like that's a Ray Park fucking energy without anything. Like that's full on just in your face. You know what I mean?
You still haven't even heard his voice.
I know. I still want to know what Ray Porter sounds like. Come on.
No, I said Ray Park.
Ray Park. He said Ray Park.
I said Ray Park. Dick in the mouth.
Right, but I'm saying I want to hear what Ray Porter sounds like.
Yeah, so did I.
Darkseid. You mean Darkseid?
Yes.
Yeah.
Shakespearean. Yeah.
I love how Ray Park. Dick.
That is something that we say here in the Real Emotion podcast.
Oh Jesus.
Man.
Please like, subscribe if you haven't done so.
I'm gonna have to get some water after this. Water.
See, I keep water here like a pro, but
like a rookie, like an old wildly veteran. That's why you've been through this, like through the ringer and shit.
That's why I can get up tomorrow at 9 a.m. in the morning, feeling fresh, go to church, come back, take a nap, and my day is still straight. Jeez. Thank you very much. All right, so this guy here, it's true. I want to know what Ray. I was gonna say Ray Fisher.
Too many Rays.
Too many Rays in this universe. Yeah, so I wanted to know what he sounds like, because one of the things that we say here in the Real Emotion, don't take a shot because I already said that, is that he has to sound like a smart Shakespearean intellectual being. He can just like spew some dumb shit like I'm about to beat your ass up or some shit like that. So that I cannot wait to hear him speak. What do you guys think that his speech pattern will be like? You think it's gonna be Shakespearean or just like a maniacal ruler?
Shakespearean.
I'm going for sort of the more high because he is royalty.
Yeah.
you know, he's apocalyptic royalty if depending on the backstory you go with, but but I'm gonna be honest, because I'm so used to hearing like the Michael Ironside Superman animated series version.
Right.
I really don't know what to expect with this interpretation.
Well, also I've been noticing how Zach loves to point out how Steppenwolf doesn't care.
Yeah.
Literally in the notion, not just like he's DGAF, but like he's not human, and so to him, like killing humans is like it's like stepping on an ant. It's like not of consideration to him. And that's Steppenwolf. And then so you have Darkseid, who is not only like far more powerful, but also, well, I guess they're related. But like Darkseid is more royal than Steppenwolf is, and so like not only do you have that like I don't care about humans, like you're far beneath me, but also you have the royalty mixed in. We were talking to Ray Porter about that, and he was being really cagey about kind of the way, because I asked, like, does that mean he's Shakespearean? And he's like, well, I wouldn't say Shakespearean. He's not human, so he's not performative in that same way.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know what that means. It's not really. I'm very curious to know what he sounds like.
Yeah, me too. Anything else you guys want to add? I want to jump into the next.
Go for it.
Man, just fucking tell me that.
Okay, hey,
Superman, come on.
Yeah, there you go.
Superman.
Okay, guys. The fact that he said that the opening credits is going to revolve around slow motion shots about this.
Yeah.
I'm really curious about that.
Yeah.
Because like, it would be kind of weird if it was like it showed Henry Cavill as he's dying, but it would be weird. But I'm just saying, the fact that he's going to have an opening credit scene that has slow motion shots, like we've talked about before, but it's like
yes. Yeah, the death of the Waynes.
Well, what if the movie opens with Hallelujah?
Yeah, good.
Oh, it's a song for a funeral. It's a song for celebration. It's a broken Hallelujah, and we know that then Whedon chose a cover of a Cohen song for his opening. So I don't know.
Interesting.
Wow.
Well, I thought it was interesting that he was refraining from talking about the opening, even though we all knew what he was talking about as far as a different perspective, Justice League wise, from Superman dying again, because we all knew about it, and that the fact that this shot was in the 214 cut, but yet he was like, I feel like even him going 214, that would have been a compromise, which is ironic to think of, like 3.5 hours, like that would have been a compromise for him. And so, like, thinking about it deep down, he already knew that I shot enough to where I was like, I don't really think I'm gonna fucking do a 2-hour movie, because that's obviously bonkers. The fact that he was told 2 hours, because that was news to me.
I love how he was like, I thought it was a joke.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
That was 2 hours. Dude,
It was mentioned in the
Josh Whedon was told 2 hours.
Because we know
Zach was told 2 hours.
But it was mentioned in the Hollywood Reporter article that they told him a 2-hour mandate.
Yeah,
and that's why it said, and it said that he tried to squeeze it down to 2 hours and 20 minutes, and that was apparently the one that he showed them, or that was the cut he showed him, and that was like the farthest he could go down or whatever on it. So that he that was mentioned in the Hollywood Reporter article.
Jesus,
wow,
All right.
2 hours and 20 minutes,
crazy. All right, let's go to the next shot.
Okay.
Here.
Okay, Nightmare.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about.
So
let me channel my.
You see the portrait. What else are we seeing?
I'm gonna have to mute his mic. Let me channel. Let me channel Garza right now. I did mention this last night that we're gonna, on the podcast stream, that we're gonna show some more more nightmare scenes.
Yeah. Well, I said that I thought that the leaked storyboard made sense for them to show, which is exactly what this is.
Yeah, that's it. That's the part. All right, John, you could say whatever you want.
No, I'm fucked up.
I'm with you, John. I'm fucking.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm feeling good.
I'm fucked up already. So
this is. I didn't notice the trident here. I just noticed that here.
Yeah.
It's fire.
There's
you should hit play and look and see the motion. Yeah.
Yeah, the portrait you see over there with Thomas Wayne.
There's
a Joker card.
So awesome.
Yeah,
I love that. I did not see that the first 3 times I watched it.
Yeah, me neither. That was John who pointed it out to me too, because I was just focused on the ships and all the parody.
Exactly.
Well, I saw the card. I was like, "Oh, cool, the Joker card." I didn't see the trident and the freaking shield the first time.
No, I saw the trident.
Yeah, it seems obvious now. The card just seems like right in your face because it flies right in your face. So that one seemed very hard to miss. But yeah, I didn't see the other ones.
I thought it was
whatever.
Yeah.
What? No, it does. It literally flies in your face.
No, but I was too busy. I was too busy looking at that parademon right there.
Yeah.
Wee, see, it goes right.
Yeah.
That logo, man. That logo looks far superior in quality than everything else.
Yeah. I think I don't know if you can see it clearly, but over on the right there is where his lake house is, over on that ridge.
Yeah.
Where the nightmare scene?
In the nightmare scene, yeah.
Bruce's lake house is over on the right side of that shot.
All right, let me go back.
You can see it in the nightmare in BVS. We don't need to go back and see it here.
Okay.
But,
Explained on BVS by the minute.
Yeah. It is. Episode like 70-ish. See, Warner Max, not Warner Brothers.
This gal shot right when she's right there.
That's and the Hippolyta's arrow.
Mr. BVS by the minute. Can you care to chime in on this scene here?
Yeah, I mean that's just a shot that is the same plot from the theatrical, where the Hippolyta fire. Well, assuming the context is the same, they could swap some stuff up. But in the theatrical cut, Hippolyta fires the arrow, and that's how Wonder Woman then finds the shrine. And then we know from the last trailer, but also from the set images that John dug up, that down inside of that shrine there's a mural that contains the full story of the history lesson, and it talks about how Darkseid fought Ares, and the gods came and fought alongside the humans and the different armies of men and all that.
What I noticed is that
King Atlan fucking doing it was a real quick shot.
Yeah,
of the history lesson.
Yeah,
him throwing his fucking trident
down.
Yeah,
I mean,
trident. It actually.
Yeah. What I noticed from this is that she's wearing the same clothes that she's wearing from work, so she flew from work directly.
Well, Zach confirmed on Vero that he planned on flying.
Well, and I think we saw her flying in the Wonder Woman 1984 trailer today.
Yeah, there's one shot that you could tell she's like taking off. Let's keep playing.
The hologram.
The hologram. Far superior.
People thought that was Supergirl during the initial marketing run.
Because
I don't know why people thought that. It was
because people think really stupid things.
Oh.
That's also. I mean, that's the same trailer that made people think Green Lantern was in that scene with Outlaw.
Oh
yeah.
Like he said, Jude Cohen, let's hope it's not too late. That was. You could see Superman's cape in the corner of the screen. Like that was
all the red. Yeah.
Yo, how perfect is Affleck? It's like this dude. Never mind.
No, for real though, he literally barely showed anything of Ben Affleck's Batman.
But it was great to see, especially that he got the dialogue that he got at the end. It was so nice to see some new.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, some not bloated, like not bad dialogue, like just straight up Batfleck.
Yeah,
it was so nice.
Even the action when he was like blocking the parademon shots with the gauntlet.
Oh god, I love that.
Oh my god, he just like took a couple of shots, bam, bam, bam. And the thing, like, I don't know the gauntlets could withstand that kind of fucking damage either.
Well, I think it's the idea that he's been upgrading. Like, that's the point of the tactical suit by the third act is like, dude, if I'm gonna be playing in these leagues, I need an upgrade. I need better armor.
Yeah.
Okay, let me hit play.
Yeah,
yeah.
First off, hold on. Dude. First off, the moment I saw that shot, I went, "Is that supposed to be like shot? The death of Superman? Like, is that referencing the death of Superman, or like what the fuck?" Because that's what I thought.
Well, it reminds me of when Clark washed up from the oil rig in Man of Steel. It's that very same kind of like the Amir Mokri, like abstract photography.
Maybe this is when Aquaman saves him.
But that dude looks
That's the fact that this Hallelujah place, and it's like that. Yep.
It's kind of crazy they didn't put this in the theatrical cut. I mean, considering like how people are about Momoa, like it's one. None of it makes sense. It'll never make sense. It's one of those ones where you watch it and you're like, why was this not in the movie? Like, why is Momoa ripping his shirt off in the water not in the movie?
They cut this scene so short. It's ridiculous how much they cut it.
I think this is the closest I ever get to be attracted to another man without going over.
Wow.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you, Ben. I mean,
well, you don't have Matt as your co-host, so
going all the way over. But yeah, that's a huge man crush right there. Cause he just looks freaking beastly, man. It's just
it's probably not going to have that icky thumb song, right? I mean,
no.
Look at that.
Yeah. Victor scores.
Zack Snyder is going to direct a football scene at night in the snow.
Well, and it was choreographed by Eli Snyder.
Yeah.
Eli Snyder.
Eli, yeah.
He played football for in college, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Did he go to UCLA? But he played football in college, and so he like choreographed and was like on set, like and helped.
Thank you for joining us.
Helped train Ray for the scene and everything, so that's super cool. Because he's been involved in like almost all of Zack's movies. He was Kid Rorschach. He was Kid Leonidas.
Yeah, he was Kid. That's true.
He's good at scowling. I'll say that.
All right, let's keep playing.
Hey guys, real quick, I do have to bounce out of here. I got to work early. I know this is kind of a random transition. What's up?
Are you a priest? You have to work.
No, unfortunately, busy working weekends now. Unfortunately, yeah. So, I appreciate you guys. I know it's kind of a random time to bounce out. I was trying to delay as long as possible, but
they're cheering you on, Shane. They're cheering you on.
Exactly. He's leaving. Yes. But thank you guys very much. Really appreciate it. This was a blast. I'm glad I got to be on this with you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Shane.
Have a great evening.
See ya.
All right. So let's go to the next. Oh, well, there's his mom. There's
awesome.
Black suit Superman.
Man. Oh.
I love how that symbol just glistens. Like,
it does. It's just
glowing.
It looks amazing.
It's amazing.
Pristine.
Let's go back here. Now, let me go back here because this is something that we talked about yesterday in the Real Emotion podcast.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
I'm
really
water now.
Because we remember that when we saw the trailer that the bomb actually goes off, so we were afraid that actually everybody lost their life because obviously that's part of the original cut where the bomb goes off.
There's a wall in the back.
Yeah, look at
The destruction.
I'm shocked I didn't see people like freaking out about this shot more because you see this and it's like got that Gal Gadot like smile. That like this is the kind of moment that like people claim Snyder doesn't make. Like this is like one of the most heartfelt like things.
Really? But you can also see where Whedon tried to replicate this with the robbery scene that gets stuck at the montage at the end of the theatrical cut. It's like we cut the moment here so we can shove it at the end randomly.
It's just so weird because like I don't know. I find less and less reasons to give Whedon excuses for like being better at it. Like this is what he's supposed to be better at, right? This is the whole point of like why they chose him. Like it's because he's supposed to create these moments and supposedly Snyder didn't. Yet here it is, and it was cut from the theatrical cut.
And the thing is that I feel like he wanted to show, okay, this wasn't the movie, but here's my shot. This is what it looks like, and it looks like leaps and bounds way better than what you guys saw in the movie theaters.
Yes,
I love the coloring,
which I think is probably that's going to speak like tremendous volumes of like how we are able to go. This is what Whedon thought would be a good shot for Wonder Woman, to where all of a sudden she's in this scene, and it's like it's way more impactful, heartfelt, like everything. And it's like
inspirational. Seeing the little girl smile back at her is like that's like the whole point of like
exactly
inspiring that little girl. Like,
hey, and also last night I also said that we would see Iris. Remember, get saved by the Flash. Remember I said that.
Oh yeah, that was a risky bet.
Hey, it was, but I said
Thank you, Colbert.
Did I fucking call it?
That was a risky
bet. I called that we see Batman in
it?
the trailer, and look, there's Batman in it. So
I called that we were going to see Aquaman. Yeah.
But apparently
I called this shit.
So they finished this CGI for that scene because this is part of the stuff that he leaked online. What that he put on there.
Yes, it is.
It's we're far from complete, so this is not to be critical of it. It's more like I think this is interesting because I'm interested in the filmmaking process. I love how the car tumbling is like not perfect.
Yeah,
So
you could tell that it bounces in a weird way. That it's like plastic bouncing on the street. Boom, 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 boom. You see that? Yeah. So I'm sure that
it'll be better when it's done. I just like pointing that out as a like in process thing. So that's cool.
Well, it's kind of like how you look at some of the cyborg shots from like the original like Icky Thump trailer to how he looks gorgeous now.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of gorgeous, by the way, I'm just saying.
I'll be transparent here because I was never a fan of her as Iris West, but after seeing this shot and this look on her face with Barry, I'm like, okay, I hope she comes back.
Because looking at us like,
no, I'm I was never a fan of her.
Really?
No, I wasn't. I said it many times in the show.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, at least Chris watches the show. You don't even listen to me when you're in the show.
Garza doesn't listen to me.
He's my co-host. He doesn't even know this. That's crazy.
I'm sorry. I only skip to when I'm talking. You guys know that.
Oh, we know that.
No, but for real though, the fact that he showed Iris West getting saved by Flash, which again, I said last night on the Dave vodka or bourbon stream, vodka stream, whatever you want to call it, last night. I said it that Zach is smart. He knows what the fuck he's gotten leaked out. Like he knows what's gotten pushed out there. Like he's not unaware of it. Like he knows what people have quote unquote seen, the hardcore fans, the people that haven't seen any of the shit.
Yeah.
What does it matter?
Remember the question I asked him? I was like, hey, this trailer is like a lot of the things that you already like posted out there. And he goes, oh yeah, because I already had it.
Mm-hmm.
He already had it edited. Like,
well, and I didn't ask as a follow-up question, but the follow-up question, if I had more time that I'd love to ask him is, how much of the movie did you have then? If he's, because what it sounded like he was saying from that was that he was sourcing everything from the same small collection of clips, and maybe he didn't actually have the entire thing.
Well, he had paper drawings.
Question for you, because this is something my dad always told me: watch out for the quiet types. When the entire time, because you're very vocal, and we appreciate that from you. But when he was here, you were very quiet on everything that especially when he was talking. Like I was expecting you to come up with a follow-up question.
That's because you already asked him that.
Dissecting everything that he was saying, like you were taking notes and dissecting this stuff.
Well, there's a lot of people on the stream, so I didn't want to talk over him or yell or like have people not be able to hear by like hogging time. But also I'm going to be way less talkative when I'm like interviewing something like that, because I'm going to make sure my questions like matter instead of being like as bantery. And so I was just kind of waiting my turn.
Okay, all right, just checking. I thought that's.
But yeah, but watch out for the quiet types for sure.
Yeah. You were gonna say something else, Garza?
Well, I was going to say that, I mean, before tonight even happened, I mean, there was, like, we knew that tonight was going to be a special occasion. And did we know it was going to be a full-on Zack Snyder appearance? No, but we also were all aware, the invitation was there. He was, if he wanted to show up, we knew that he was here to talk. And that was the point that we all wanted to make sure that we weren't going to be asking questions that we probably couldn't get answers to. We were going to ask questions that, look, he wants to talk on because, I mean, forgive me for asking a question about what he wants to fucking talk about. I want to hear what his answers are because, the fact that he had no idea about Ben Affleck coming into the Flash, that's huge because that means this shit was really like full on. That was a quick fucking instance. And, just thinking about him doing what he did with this trailer and knowing that he had prepared it technically without any assurance that it was going to get released, knowing that he had the full fucking Hallelujah song because it meant something special to him. Dude, that's fucking that's meaningful. And for him to even join in and go, you know what, I'm going to talk to these guys. I'm going to answer the questions and I'm going to answer it without, and I truly mean this, without a publicist saying, hey, you can go ahead and answer these questions. Because that's a big thing, dude. For him to come on to this show without any kind of, what are the questions going to be? What are they going to ask me? What are we going to talk about? That's fucking huge. Like, that's not something that happens in Hollywood, period. If you're going to get asked, if you're going to show up somewhere, you're going to need to know the questions. You're going to need to be able to prepare. You're going to know what they're going to talk about. For him to just go, hey, I'm here. That's huge, dude, because he knows that, guess what? We're not going to be asking stupid fucking questions. So that's all I'm going to say.
All right, can we move on with the trailer?
It's your show, Ben. I'm just saying.
I'm sorry.
I gotta dip out soon to cover this on my own show. So either skip out in the middle, or we want to hurry through. I can stick around for the end. I don't want to rush everyone though.
We about to, because I wanted to go over the.
We talked about this last night.
I believe I brought that up. I mentioned that.
Yes, you did, Matt. Yes, you did.
Matt brought this up. Yeah.
God damn it.
Bring it up.
So this is the Stone family grave plot, right? So I imagine Eleanor is there. I wonder if Victor Stone has a grave there.
That's actually been my theory, Steven. That
I thought he confirmed that
he's buried there.
Yeah.
I thought he confirmed that somebody asked him if he's visiting his own grave, and Snyder said yes.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Probably Silas isn't there because he's either not dead at this part or he's
got disintegrated.
So I love that shot though.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Crotch shot.
Isn't that Fabian Wagner's favorite?
That's why I like it, man.
Yeah. And I just noticed this. He's on top of the GCPD.
Well, and that gargoyle skeleton thing, that's Zack's. That he's used that in multiple movies. So he's got that he had it in his office on the WB lot, but I imagine he's got it at his office in Pasadena now, probably.
So awesome. I love it. No fucking stupid tarp that's ripped and getting stupid.
There goes
John.
Martha Manhunter.
Hey, Martian Manhunter right there.
Manhunter right there. John. He's right there.
Good actor. Johnny's a good actor.
Yeah, I never knew that Harry Lennox had that kind of range, but he really pulls it off.
He really does pull off.
Martha.
And then we already talked about this a little bit.
Dude, so let's skip this a little bit.
I love
how he backs up. What now?
Yeah.
Well, and then how he fades away into the current. It's so much better than the way they did the bubble on the.
I know.
Yeah, so the conversations went way different from what we saw before.
Yeah.
Yeah, because didn't it end up with him hey, do you have...
She doesn't even look like she's been in a fight, though.
Is he walking away from the trident, or is that a different scene altogether?
Well, it looks like... It looks like he's walking away from the trident and the suit.
It does, but yeah. That's what to see. Asshole.
Hold on. Let's go back to that real quick. Somebody had asked
and I was gonna say something to Zach because he is a little bit spiky, and he said that no, he wasn't spiky.
Well, that's his.
Well, look at his face. Look at his face.
When I saw him, Steppenwolf's face.
Yeah, I went like, okay, yeah. In my head, I went, yeah, Steppenwolf. It looks familiar. Like I was just relating him with
Steppenwolf. Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, I didn't even realize that they took Desaad's fucking face and said, let's just make him Steppenwolf. Like,
really?
And that's why they cut Desaad, maybe.
Correct.
Also, for all the people pointing out that this looks like Corbius Glade from Endgame, yes, it does. This was designed earlier, and it was designed by the same concept artist. That's why it looks similar. Is because they are similar characters designed by literally the same person.
Can you emphasize that he drew him first?
Well, not only that he drew him first, but like the conspiracy is like, oh, Marvel stole him, and but like no, literally they just hired the same guy.
And he did his version
to create a character. Like, by the way, Junkee XL also reused some of the music that got cut for Alita. So like don't did Alita steal from Justice League? Like it's no. So so the concept artist just reused a similar concept from a cut concept from Snyder Cut in developing Endgame, and we can leave it at that.
And we've got fire pits in the background.
Yes, that's what I noticed. I noticed that they were in dark on Apocalypse. Yes, because I was so taken back by his look, and I was like dissecting everything, even like the scriptures on his outfit. That I didn't notice the cauldrons back there. So he's obviously in Apocalypse.
That detail is awesome on the costume there. I didn't see that.
It is.
Yeah,
very.
Yeah, and this means something. Trust me, because
the Superman suit has the Campbellian script on it.
Well,
exactly.
J-Alba teased something about Desaad, something, right? Superman.
Yes, he did that scene from Justice League War when Desaad is torturing Superman to brainwash him. Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
That scene.
Fucking scene.
Yeah, he got me too.
We saw it.
We already saw it. Yeah, we already saw it.
But it's like this right here too.
Superman floating.
Lowest big guns. Like
so you remember in the original cut, we see him like bounce up and down, like, and I always thought that was weird. I was like, that's such a weird shot. Like,
look at that.
What? And then all of a sudden to see that shot, I went, yeah, I was right. I mean, that was a reshot of him.
So she wasn't the big gun, huh?
Yeah,
the big gun. She's literally seeing. Yeah, this right here. This right there.
I know John told me that it was Steppenwolf who kills him. I think he self-sacrificed, thinking that he could destroy the mother box.
Yes.
That's, you can see him in the background. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he self-sacrificed, thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna destroy it because it's too much power for him to have."
I mean, he's right there in the background.
Yeah. No, I know, but the thing is, like, look, he's inside, and the machine that was trying to destroy the mother box is right here, and he's right next to it. So he's trying to destroy it, and because Steppenwolf is behind, is behind him here.
I saw him right there. Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah.
There he is, right there.
There you go.
Yeah,
that spiky fucker.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then obviously we got, which is a weird shot. Like it looks like she's like breaking through something. I thought that was like, that's weird because in the film we see her just walking casually up to the, the mother box.
Yeah. That spiky fucker, dude.
So actually,
and also look how the spikes like the armor's alive. It moves.
Yeah, he moves.
Yes.
Let me go back. Yes, because he does.
It shudders.
Move.
It goes up and down. The spikes come up. They
exactly like shutters. Yep. See, you see them like spiking up.
Well, and also, I think I can't remember where it's been brought up before, and I noticed it too. But look how Steppenwolf's design looks so much like Cyborg too, since Cyborg is built from a mother box.
Kryptonian. apocalyptic technology.
Yeah, it's like the same design language. Also, I think we've seen concept art for Steppenwolf that shows multiple iterations of like the skin versus spiky version. And since we know his armor is alive, I'm wondering if his armor like pulls back and we see his proper face.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
Right. So like he's not like made out of spikes. It's just like a living armor or something.
Yeah, you can't see his face right there.
So this is like battle mode.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
It's like the Predator, you know. Yeah.
One thing that I noticed that like everything else is already finished. This shot is complete because it has all the
vents.
Smokes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got all the elements.
Yeah.
Look at this one. There's a flash scene.
Yeah, this right there.
It's hard to like. I even when I was breaking it down, it's like this is a shot that he showed us where there was like 2 flashes.
Correct.
Well, you see multiple versions.
Those are the scientists from
Here's
Starlight.
What's crazy about that scene is that's what we get instead of I don't do battle. Right? The theatrical
Flash being a badass.
I don't do battle. I push people and run away. Instead, in the theatrical cut, whatever the fuck this is what happens.
Yeah, Flash saving.
And then we get this shot. Like that's one of my favorite fucking shots.
Okay. You got a parademon just fucking sideswipe
right under the wheel.
Like, goddamn, dude. Like,
is this Superman is stepping? Boom!
Finally, that beautiful shot.
So
black suit Superman just go.
Black suit Superman, and they go at it. It's not that just like he just comes down, hits him one time, and
I'm a fan of justice with this shit.
Yeah,
fucking Christ.
Justice punch.
Well, and that's why I asked him. As far as showing Superman, basically in the third act. I mean, he was like, I don't need to keep it hidden from you guys because it's not secret anymore. Like. Like, fuck it, dude.
This is my absolute favorite shot. Bam, bam, like take it.
Yeah. He's just like bam, 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 bam. Yeah. I love that. Yeah.
And then
this is when he stepped into the Speed Force.
Yeah.
This is when
the Unity.
And everything gets fucked up. This is pretty much when Justice League dies. Mary goes, oh fuck, I gotta do something. Yeah.
So this is when they get killed. All of them get killed by Steppenwolf, and he just goes and changes, goes back, right?
Yeah, he's gonna go back.
Well, we're not spoiling anything away because this is something that we already.
We already know this.
Yeah, and we spoke about it many times before.
But it's still cool to.
So
look at that.
Man. Wait, I gotta go back. This is him and his 2 women.
Why wouldn't they show that in the theatrical?
That makes no. What I'm saying is, like, after what we've seen so far, who the fuck in the boardroom looked at this movie and say, "Oh no, that's a bad fucking movie. Let's scrap all the whole."
Oh, this is unwatchable. Yeah.
So Zack doesn't have any. Like that. He doesn't have any heart. We need to bring in Whedon to add the heart. To
the humor.
Look at this right here.
This is incredible.
That's just crazy, man.
Yeah. And that
there it is. Wait, let me go back.
Come on.
God damn it, Ben.
Sorry.
There
it is.
Okay, there you go.
The King Atlas shot and the Cyborg shot.
Yeah.
So the Cyborg shot, that's like supposed to be like a simulation, right? It's not.
Yeah, I'm sure the Hope fucks so.
Yeah, it's not real. But apparently, there's some people that out there who were breaking this down that thought it was real.
No.
The idea is that he's experiencing his ability to tap into all the technology in the world. And
the nuclear, yes.
So it's like a hypothetical,
But yeah, there's the Atlantean King. I'm wondering if I mean, look at that. So
there's the belt. I see the belt. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fighting some parademons. There's Mark McClellan being saved by Cyborg.
Yep. Through the Humvee.
And then there's the
Speed Force.
Fucking Speed.
How beautiful does this look, man? Oh.
Is that time reassembling in reverse around him?
I think so.
I just know that I noticed that he doesn't have anything to run on until his foot hits it.
This shot.
This shot.
Hero shot.
My favorite part about this is the shots that are the same from the other cut, but better.
Yeah.
Because
this one.
When I see that next shot of them behind, I was like, that cape flap of Superman just looked so much. I mean, it looked like a Zack Snyder cape flap, but I was like, is that really? I wasn't sure. Like, I'm not gonna pretend that I knew for a fact that it was a Zack Snyder shot because, everything that we knew about this film, we had no idea. And to see it repurposed like this with the Flying Fox obviously pulling up in front of him, I was like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah, it wasn't. So the Flying Fox wasn't destroyed at that.
No, it wasn't.
That's is the ending of the movie, or is this right after the Flying Fox dropped them off, or what was going on?
This is the very last shot,
or the Flying Fox is hiding something.
Yeah.
So it doesn't crash. It really doesn't crashes, and
so it doesn't blow up in the.
Even though that's a pretty good shot, even though by his standard. But
I think at one point it was described that Alfred flew the Flying Fox. I don't know if that happens in the Snyder Cut or not, but when they were talking about it in like early interviews and stuff, they were talking, and I guess maybe he piloted it remotely. But I think there was a suggestion. No, in the diagram they talk about there was a place for Alfred to sit, and so I always had the impression that he was supposed to be with them.
Yeah.
In the third act.
This is a weird shot because look at right there. That's the bat cave, right?
Right.
Yes.
When they cut to Diana, and they even Arthur, is that that's
they did the same thing they did in the theatrical cut where they pretend the warehouse is the
it's like cut, which is fine. I get it. But it's cut with like two different scenes right here.
Yeah, where that's supposed to be like the Batcave, but that's not the Batcave.
Right there. That's not
the hangar. Yeah,
that's the different shots because here she's wearing the tiara and everything. Hold on, let me go back. Let me go back here. One more. There it is. She's
there.
Even him, he's wearing the armor.
It's just like
see, Zach thought he could fool us. But he can't.
Yeah. No, we pay attention to detail.
Well,
I know he's still watching.
For the trailer, it does.
It's okay. It works for exactly. It works for the trailer.
I'm just kidding.
Fucking Affleck like a motherfucker.
God damn it! Look at that glorious chin.
And it's only on HBO Max.
It's only on HBO. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, Shane left us. I didn't even know Shane left.
Oh my god, dude! Really? He even said good.
He said goodbye and everything.
He said goodbye and everything.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm gonna head out.
All right. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm a little too drunk. I apologize.
That's what happens. It happens. Don't worry.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Well, I think
okay. Swenson looks like he's like
yeah, he did a 8 hours straight.
Yeah, you're like 11 hours now.
Yeah, I know. I feel you, man. I didn't do that many, but shit, I did a lot.
So you guys don't want to do the Batman teaser?
Nah, we can save that for tomorrow. We're supposed to do this tomorrow, right?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just gonna go on record to say that I'm actually more fucked up right now and not talk shit, and that's how fucked I am.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So let's wrap it up. Let's reconvene tomorrow. Yes. And thank you guys. Scott, you want to plug your show?
Is he frozen?
Scott's frozen and a perfect smile.
He's frozen.
That's the way that you want to freeze right there. That's great.
It'd be funny if you started. No, I was just playing. Never fails.
Oh man, so perfect. That was so perfect. I'm not gonna lie. That was so perfect.
He'll probably come back. He'll come back.
All right.
Oh man, that's
Who's
funny.
Next?
Colbert.
Yeah, I'm Stephen Colbert. You can find me at screenrant.com. You can also find me on Twitter at smcolbert. And
not so smiley.
Dude, Scott, you froze so perfectly. It was just like it was a beautiful thing. It just you were just like a perfect smile, and it was like
a stock photo smile.
Yeah, it really was. It was so good. Oh, sorry, Albert.
No, that's fine. You can also find me on the BVS by the Minute podcast with Andrew Dice, as well as the Justice League by the Minute podcast, which is got one episode, but it's going to have a lot more soon. So recording one about all this. So you can hear me again talking about that there.
Cool. And you can find me at PingPongFlix Show. No live chat tomorrow or today for my chat. I'm tired.
Yeah, you're done.
He's done. Matt, did you freeze?
No, not quite. I was gonna do it. I was just gonna sit here for a while.
You should have just smiled like, yeah.
Anyway, hey, Matt from Comic Movie Marks. Check out our little YouTube channel, Twitter, all that stuff. Blah blah blah. Okay, Scott died again. Jesus Christ.
Okay,
Garza?
Yeah, I'm fucked up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're all fucked up.
You know what? I will say this though, because I'm drunk. I got some shit coming out tomorrow. Okay, it's going to be it's gonna be nice.
Long-winded.
Fucking burn, a real good burn, like a syphilis burn.
Oh, that's a good burn.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah. The type when you pee.
Yeah.
And I'm on. No,
Dave.
But Dave, the film junkie. You can find me on the film junkie and all that stuff. And yeah, not the Junie, the film junkie. The film junkie. All right, guys.
Thank you,
dude. This shit's going downhill so fast. I think Ben's frozen, or is he really good at that now? Okay, good. Oh man, he was really good too at that.
I was like, oh shit, the host fucked. Yeah.
Guys.
All right, let's go, guys. Bye.
Scott made it back. Okay, plug yourself, Scott.
Plug yourself.
DC Film Squadcast at squadcastmedia.com at patreon.com/squadcastmedia before my internet gives out again.
Yes.
Oh
Thank you, guys. We'll be here back again tomorrow at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. Make sure to grab something from the merch store. And thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. And tomorrow is going to be another blast, too. All right. Good night.
Bye.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
I probably